Morning. This update is presented by Lexus El Cajon. Bring luxury home. Let's start with the Padres. They open up the 2024 campaign against the Dodgers in South Korea tomorrow morning. Not your typical morning time, though. 3:05 a.m. is the first pitch. It'll be Yu Darvish against Tyler Glasnow. Elsewhere in baseball, Bob Melvin and Blake Snell are reuniting after a uniquely quiet offseason for a free agent Cy Young winner. The San Francisco Giants announced they signed Snell for 2 years, $62 million. Twitter comments conflicted about this one. And the NCAA tournament first four begins this afternoon. That's right, baby. We made it out in Dayton, Ohio. The Howard Bison take on the Wagner Seahawks at 3:40, followed by Colorado State and Virginia at 6:10. Both games can be heard right here on San Diego Sports 760. Experience true luxury with great deals from Lexus El Cajon during their new store remodel. See why they're ranked number one for customer service. Visit LexusElCajon.com. Bring luxury home from Lexus El Cajon.
Happy Tuesday to those who celebrate Big Rich TD and Fletch with you this morning.
Is the big voice guy throwing shade this way?
Every once in a while, it feels like the big voice guy, not a fan of the show. Not a fan of the show.
Does he work across the street?
It feels like we have like an incel in the building, like somebody who is quietly plotting our demise here on San Diego Sports 760. Good morning to those joining us. Wherever you're listening to us from, we thank you. J-Riff working the board for Fletch. Yeah. Fletch, he needed an extra day. Mm-hmm. He's in the cast.
Apparently he needs an extra hand because we got a late night text.
Dude, so Fletch is living his best life right now. He breaks his ankle. He's getting sympathy from his wife. He's getting days off from work, and nobody can blame him. He always complains about the college basketball season because he goes, Oh, it's the busiest time of my year. I don't know, guys. It's just I'm not getting sleep. And then I go, yeah, Fletch, that's tough, man. And then I think I've worked 7 days a week
for 30 years
for just about my entire adult life. And I'm just like, yeah, Fletch, it's tough. It's tough how some days you got to stay awake until 11. You're crazy, man.
I worked 41 hours this week. We get a text last night. J-Rep, I don't know what time it was. 8 o'clock, 8:30. Can I ask you guys a favor? Yeah, buddy. Anything you need. Can you go pick this up at Walmart and then build it for me?
Yeah.
And then drop it off at my house?
So Fletch is gonna have a hard time. Look, he really did hurt himself.
Yeah. I mean, it actually is a nasty break.
So he broke his ankle in two places, and the docs who X-rayed him at the ER, they're like, yeah, you're just gonna be kind of limping around or crutching around. And Fletch goes, well, he's an idea man. He was like, I don't know about crutching, more like scooting. So
if only they had a roller skate I could use.
So he that's what he asked us for. He gave us a link to a Walmart broken leg scooter where you can go, you can kneel on it, and you can sort of scoot around. And that's going to be the way he's going to be ambulating for the next, I don't know, probably a month and a half. I'm guessing this is going to be 6 weeks in a cast, usually maybe 8 weeks for a bad enough break.
Man, oh man.
Yeah.
We gotta get him to heal quick though, because We got to get out on the course.
Right, well, we got to get on the course. We also have the Hardwood and Balls Classic coming up.
Oh, that's right.
J-Riff waits for no man.
Who's subbing for Fletch?
Well, see, now all of a sudden, TD, Travis Dale, our guy right here. I mean, maybe we'll have to get him on the hardwood.
What? I don't know.
I feel like he's always on the hardwood.
Whoa. Why? What? Because I sit on Rich's lap?
No, it's because you ball in life.
I could go to the man zone. You heard that right.
That's right.
Yeah. Why can't we have a list? Is it a liability for a listener to participate?
Ooh.
What if I am damage them so significantly in this game?
Oh, that we can recruit someone?
Could I? Yeah, you guys can recruit somebody in Fletch's place.
Could we get Kawhi Leonard?
Yes. Kawhi's on the table.
Okay.
If you get Kawhi Leonard.
Like last time we did the Hardwood and Balls Classic, it was at the Jam Center, which is Kawhi's old home on the campus at San Diego State. And I remember when the associate athletic director, Richard Stern, let us into the building, he basically was like, yeah, just don't break anything, including yourselves. Mm-hmm. And then he walked over to the bleachers and just typed away on his laptop. Did not look up once.
4 hours.
Yeah, he sent emails for 4 hours.
But Malachi Flynn was there.
Oh,
and if you remember when Malachi was leaving, he looked at me, and this was caught on the radio, and said, I didn't see you miss a shot. So maybe you recruit Malachi to come in here and represent Team Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
See, I know you've been like eating free lunch out on that story for like a full year now. I don't want to burst your bubble, but I think that's kind of like when a pro athlete like tosses a glove in the crowd to a kid and goes like, "Hey, you're a big boy. You should play football one day."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, like a 4-year-old, like Aaron Rodgers would say, 4 or 5-year-old, like, "Let me see that arm." Whoa, buddy! Whoa, that hurt my hands, man.
Take a couple of MPHs off that fastball. And you took it and you're like, I'm going to be a pro.
Yeah.
Guys, this was different. This time it was different.
The way he gazed at you.
Are you sure?
It was the way that we made eye contact. It was the energy between us. It was vibrant.
Hey, we're dancing around a major issue here, guys.
Oh, yeah, we certainly are.
We're trying to keep smiles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, trying to keep spirits up.
Mm-hmm.
Blake Snell signed with the Giants.
Ooh, that one stings just a little bit. Okay, well, you ripped the Band-Aid off there.
Yeah.
Not sure how I feel about this. So Blake Snell, beloved to San Diego. It was a short stint. Let's face it. It was 3 seasons, but he came here during a special time. This was when Peter Seidler opened up the floodgates. He said, we're going to spend all the money, all of it. Money, can't bring it with you, so I'm going to spend it while I'm here. And that's exactly what he did. And, in doing so, Blake Snell came on and at first was underwhelming, especially compared to the Blake Snell we saw as he was leaving Tampa Bay, the Blake Snell who was fighting for extra time on the mound. He got yanked early in that World Series game against the Dodgers. He was pissed. He was just angered by that, right? Well, it worked because he got back to form. And he was the reigning National League Cy Young Award winner. And now, unfortunately, after a long wait in free agency, signs a 2-year, $62 million deal with the San Francisco Giants. Let's put the feelings aside for a second, because obviously that's the most important part of this story. Let's talk about the deal. So 2 years, $62 million, $31 million a year. He also has the player option. We got to throw that in. After this season, he can opt out, maybe chase another paycheck. How do we feel about the amount of money he's getting to be arguably the ace of that staff?
Based on the fact that he's a Cy Young Award winner now twice, I guess, and he pitched well in the 5 innings a game that he would pitch. It's not really a lucrative amount. That's sort of in the ballpark of what you would kind of expect. But I think that we all feel I think that we're all mad that he's with the Giants, but I feel like I feel like, wow, it is early that the Giants overpaid for him still. Wow. It's weird. How does the reigning Cy Young Award winner go unsigned until the end of March? That to me, there's got to be red flags beyond just his agent is Scott Boras, right? This guy had to do private workouts with teams to even stay on their radar. Teams were just yeah, we don't want to deal with him. So I guess it was just Bob going and being guys, we need pitchers. I at least have experience and a relationship with Blake. So let's sign him up. But like Padre fans are pissed. They're like, oh my God, like, of course he stays in the division. But like, honestly, like with how this offseason is gone, like, are you like, I'm not that worried because like if he was signed immediately and it was $100K or $100 million, like, okay, we got a problem because clearly there's something there beyond what we're seeing here in San Diego. But I don't think there really is. I feel like the red flags have all stacked up this offseason. I'm like, okay, fine. Guess what? He'll go 4.5 innings, 4 1/3 innings against the Padres. Maybe we'll score a run or two, and then they'll pick it up hopefully later on in that game and win the game against the Giants. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say as far as your thoughts of how it'll go in the games, you're probably right. I feel like it's a little light on the paycheck. I thought this thing would be closer to a 35 mil a year deal, but I mean, it's close. It's in the ballpark. I think part of the problem with it being a 2-year deal, or part of the reason it's a 2-year deal for $62 million is
with
probably
an opt-out, by the way, after next season.
With an opt-out. But I think it's a little bit to do with they waited too long. They were probably asking a lot of money, and there was not a lot of money on the table to be had. My first gut reaction was like, you have to be kidding me. I feel like we've been stabbed in the back here. What are we doing? And then I thought, wait a minute, the Padres could have signed him. The Padres could have held on to him. So why am I now blaming Blake Snell for going to grab a paycheck up north?
Yeah, I like in terms of the feeling side of it, I don't blame Blake Snell for anything. This is what you do when you're in an earning window for as short of a time as it is for athletes in all sports. Baseball a little bit longer, obviously, basketball a little bit longer than football, for example, but you got to get while the getting's good. And so if the Giants or the Dodgers, God forbid the Dodgers, but even the Dodgers, if they were willing to pay more than the Padres, even if it's $1 more and it's important to you to absolutely maximize your value while you're still playing, how could you really hold it against anyone? And the reason why I question this deal is because you start to look at average annual value of some of these players, and I guess it makes more sense. Like the top players are untouchable. Shohei Ohtani getting $70 million a year. I mean, that's just, I mean, what? That's like Looney Tune land. But Scherzer at 43 and change, Verlander at 43 and change. They signed those deals almost simultaneously. Jacob deGrom at 40 mil a year. Then it goes Judge at 40. Rendon still collecting a lot of money at 38. Mike Trout at 37, just behind him. Garrett Cole at 36. And then the list goes further down. He's probably ranking somewhere in the top 20 at $31 million guaranteed. Blake Snell is worth every single dollar. The problem with Blake Snell, and the reason why I don't think he got one of these enormous contracts that reset the market outside of Ohtani at pitchers, is because Blake Snell was a little bit slow to get caught up to speed in San Diego. And so if anybody was going to offer him a longer term deal, it was going to be for lesser money, because you don't know what you're going to get up front. And if he's going to be that guy leaving San Diego, coming to San Francisco, I want to have the ability to say, okay, 2 years later, it just didn't work. Let's move on. And it's $60 million plus spent that you can't have back. But at the same time, you're not locked down for, say, 7 more seasons on a long-term deal. You can move on from the experiment. Blake Snell took time to get acclimated to this market after leaving Tampa Bay. So that might have been the red flag you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, and also it really sounded like Scott Boras was promising him like the New York life or like the South Florida life. Like it didn't seem like, I don't know if San Francisco was no, nothing against San Francisco as a city, but like it's not exactly a premier like hotspot outside of like when you're playing the sport. It's not like a San Diego, or like it doesn't have the buzz of a New York City or a Chicago. Like you're in San Francisco. So I think that there's a bit of that. Also, like
Rice-A-Roni.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do love Rice-A-Roni.
I mean, yeah. Sourdough.
is it vegan? Rice-A-Roni? Rice-A-Roni should be vegan.
Yeah,
There might be
yeah,
egg or
right.
something.
How could it not be?
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know.
it's just rice and roni.
And Roni, right?
Yeah, it's mainly those two ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look it up, but I'm pretty sure.
The 2024 opt-out, like that's a contingency because both sides aren't 100% sure that this is going to work.
Is it a team? Is it just a player opt-out, or is it team opt-out?
It's a player opt-out, but I feel like the Giants, it benefits the Giants if both parties like, yeah, this isn't working.
Well, here's the deal. If there's a club aspect to it as well, then really it tells you that story. I think it's only a player option, but I'm not 100% sure there. if it is just a player option, then it is what I said. It's just a 2-year deal, and they know they can cut their losses after 2 seasons, and it'll hurt their pocketbooks if he doesn't ever warm up to the San Francisco team, market, coaching staff, whatever it was that took him time to get his feet wet here in San Diego. It took about a season and a half. That's what it, like the first season was a bumpy ride. First half of his second season was like, okay, when's this going to turn? And then it started before the All-Star break looking like, oh no, Blake Snell's putting it together. And then there were those weird splits, right? Where it was like he pitches really well on the road and awful at home, or vice versa. I can't remember. But I remember looking at the Snell splits in the 2021 season and just being, or no, 2022, and just being like, what the hell is going on with this guy? There was just some sort of disconnect. But look, that was an NLCS run, and he was great in the playoffs. So the Giants are probably looking at this division and saying, well, shoot, or this league in general, if the Diamondbacks can have the success that they had, why not us? We get in as a wild card. We can do damage with the Blake Snell when he's ready to pitch for us.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, it doesn't sting me as much as maybe a manager going up there.
Well, I think that's the big tie-in. I think he probably liked Bob a lot.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Did we get the feeling last year that Bob and Blake Snell were best friends?
No.
Well,
did you?
No. I didn't get the warm. But I don't know what happens behind the scenes. Maybe Blake Snell thinks, Bob Melvin gets the best out of him.
I think this was all about the money.
Yeah, of course it was.
I mean, he has 62 million reasons to pitch for the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, and sign me up.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, we have some great giveaways today. Pair of tickets to see Social Distortion at North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. That's an April show. They're also playing with special guest Bad Religion. Tickets and info available at Ticketmaster.com. Keep listening to win those. Also, a $50 gift card to Islands Restaurant. Islands, they got that vast menu of items. Family-friendly, beachy vibe atmosphere with delicious food and drinks. Islands has the happiest hour starting weekdays at 3 cheesiest cheddar fries you've ever had, coldest beer in town. Yeah, that's right. Visit Island's Fine Burgers and Drinks. Keep listening to win that $50 gift card. I was there last night.
Icy cold beer?
Icy cold beer.
I mean, like frosty mugs?
I had a beer flight. They gave me 4 little cups of beer.
How many beer flights did you have?
I only had one.
What?
So I wasn't exactly flying.
It wasn't a round trip.
I was grounded.
Yeah.
I barely made it off the runway.
But 4 different types of beer on tap.
Yeah, well,
icy cold.
So you could choose the last one. I think it's like an IPA. There's a lager, the Sunny Blonde Ale, famous Sunny Blonde Ale.
Yeah.
And then you choose your own adventure for the 4th one. All right, we also have halftime, and then we're going to get into a little bit of NFL. There's some closing thoughts on free agency we got to get to, but first, this.
No, I'm not ready. Sorry.
No, never mind.
Yeah,
He's not ready.
First,
that is a
filibuster.
Yeah,
Speaking
of which,
will Eric Hosmer be an all-star this season?
I needed a longer runway. Oh, I do want to say this about the cheddar fries.
Yeah.
Get them.
Also, they have vegan options at Islands.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They do.
I had a salad last night.
Oh, wait, I was going to say.
I assume your salad had like chicken or steak in it.
Yeah, I had some chicken in it. The Kanapali Cobb.
Gosh, vegan seems so boring.
I see a bunch of guys playing with their technique and fundamentals.
It's halftime. All right, Rich, what do you got for us?
Well, I got plenty, and I was definitely prepared. So this is brought to you by Islands. No, I'm just kidding. We're talking about Blake Snell. He finally lands as a free agent. He's going to be playing for the San Francisco Giants. If you missed the deal terms, it's going to be a 2024 option for Snell. You can opt out of the contract after 1 year, but it's 2 years, $62 million. So he'll be paid $31 million a year. Moving on to the NFL, defensive end Chase Young plans on signing a 1-year, fully guaranteed $13 million deal with the New Orleans Saints. He actually last played for San Francisco, not the Giants, the 49ers.
Wow.
PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan and the players' directors from the Tour's policy board met with the governor of the Saudi Arabia's private investment fund. This all happened in the Bahamas yesterday. The reason why they met, well, Live Golf has stolen a bunch of players from the PGA. The PGA and Live, or the PIF, still hasn't figured all that out, so they're trying to. Also, San Diego State, the Aztecs men's basketball team, they're dancing. That game's going to be played Friday, 10:45, Spokane, Washington, against the University of Alabama, Birmingham,
Wait.
the Blazers.
We get to announce something.
Oh.
Is it the next James Bond?
Oh, no, it's not.
Not as
But
cool. It's way cooler.
Is that actually happening? Is there a new James Bond?
Aaron Taylor Johnson? I don't know who this guy is.
We're going to have to get into that. But J-Riff, are you talking about the very special thing we're doing?
That is exactly what I'm
and
talking
it is a
about.
very special thing.
Oh, it's so special.
We are having. Actually, are the details finalized?
Yeah, we got an email last night. We got an email last
Is it-
night.
Okay. We're gonna be at Dave and Buster's tomorrow.
Let's go. No, Friday.
Sorry, I said tomorrow. I meant Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be set up there at 10:30. I think this thing kicks off. So come on out, join us, hang out with us.
Tips off. You're welcome, America.
Did I say kicks? What an idiot!
You moron!
What an idiot!
Wrong sport.
Yeah.
Take a lap.
Wait, what is the sport we're going to be watching on Friday?
Yeah, with Dave and Buster's, obviously everybody knows the location in Mission Valley. We're going to be out there for a viewing party. Tell us a little bit about Dave and Buster's. What do they got over there, TV?
Oh my
They got some
gosh.
arcade games,
oh,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
Listen, you ever stop by Dave and Buster's? You ever fill up the card with some cash?
But Buster bonuses?
Come
You're damn
on.
right.
Go play some arcade games. Yeah, and you can, fill up on all the good food there at Dave and Buster's. We'll be tipping some back as well. But yeah, man, love to go out and play at Dave and Buster's. It's always a good time, and I like to kick everybody's ass.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
I mean, racing games, bring it.
Travis is like a video game savant.
Our friendship's going to be ended over this.
I don't think they can
Is it
be.
like that?
Yeah, no, I mean,
This-
no, because there won't be any competition.
This is the one area where he is nauseatingly confident, but it is for good reason.
We're playing in the basketball shootout, Travis.
Like, does the hoop move around?
I know it probably.
So you like to play for tickets? I get it.
He likes to play for keeps.
That's what I'm talking
Dude,
play
this is
for keeps.
depressing. This
I
is
play for
depressing me.
keeps.
The NFL, the two storylines that have emerged is all of these like kind of free agent quarterbacks who signed, they're all the younger guys. Like, I guess Gardner Minshew isn't quite young anymore, but when you look at like a Carson Wentz, for example, he's still available in free agency. I'm pretty sure Ryan Tannehill definitely is. Like, these guys haven't signed yet, and it alludes to that old fact that it's a young man's game, and so a lot of teams they sort of turn the page on you when you're on the wrong side of 30 at a lot of positions. It used to be different at quarterback though. But it feels like, like I mentioned, the Gardner Minshews of the world, or the Josh Dobbs, for example, finding a landing spot before Ryan Tannehill. It's interesting. I'm curious if it's because there's too much baggage, too much injury history. Because typically you'd like to have that veteran leadership in your locker room, even if it's at a backup position.
Yeah, I would think so as well. I mean, the Ryan Tannehill one actually kind of makes me scratch my head a little bit. But some of the trades, some of the send around has been a little bit surprising. So, I don't know. I mean, you would think these would be locked up fairly soon, though, right?
You would. I just looked it up really quick to see if there was any info on Carson Wentz. The only thing that I found in terms of a top story, he's going to be speaking at the North Dakota Republican Convention.
I saw the same thing. I was like, well, that doesn't really answer my question, but I'm assuming he's not working anywhere.
He's busy with other things right now.
He's got to get to Fargo.
Is it in Fargo?
Yeah.
Oh Lord. But yeah, I mean, you have like for example, Kenny Pickett, who, I mean, that was a poor effort, I would say, last year for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
So much so that Trubisky and Mason Rudolph, a blast from the past, both replaced him as a starter, even though he was healthy toward the end of the season. Even he gets traded because youth, for whatever reason, for every reason, there is potential in youth. So obviously, we're waiting to see some of these dinosaur quarterbacks get signed, but Flacco found a team.
Yeah. Flacco, well, I don't know how they let him go.
That's a good point.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
1 year
But
deal.
the Steelers, though, Kenny Pickett caused so much PTSD that they're like, we should get a couple starting quarterbacks just in case.
Yeah. We'll trade you a Pickett, but we want a Russ and a Justin Fields,
Right.
and then we're just gonna have them duel for it.
By the way, the 49ers are paying more for Josh Dobbs than the Steelers are paying for Russell Wilson.
That is, I mean, it really is something. Now, the Denver Broncos, however, are like, hold my beer. We're giving him $38 million to play for the Steelers.
I'm just talking about the team having to write a check.
Yeah.
49ers are paying Josh Dobbs $2.5 million for 1 year. And is it 1.5 from the Steelers?
It's 1.2. It's 1.2. So he's getting
half the price.
He's getting less than half the money from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Now, as much as I rag on Russell Wilson, I'd rather have him than Josh Dobbs.
The Pastronaut?
I mean, he was good 2 weeks.
He had a solid month where we're like, who the hell is Josh Dobbs? You remember he was with the Arizona Cardinals and he was filling in for an injured Kyler Murray, and we're like, oh, this guy's all right.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan Gannon, the head coach of the Cardinals around the trade deadline, was like, we will never trade Josh Dobbs. Literally within 24 hours, he was a Viking. And he was like, and then Josh Dobbs was interviewed, like, wasn't it odd that he was saying all that? And he was like, yeah, I thought so too. But anyways, go Minnesota. And then without practicing a day, went on the road to Atlanta and beat the snot out of the Falcons. And the guy had back-to-back weeks he had to win. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Josh Dobbs getting paid more than Russell Wilson. That's an interesting one. All right, let's move on from all this.
Let's do it.
Let's get to a very important story. How to lose a sport in 10 days. Yeah, that's next. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Hey, are you all about the NBA action? You got to try Pick Six, the newest fantasy app from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. Right now, new customers can earn a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 in Pick Six credits when you deposit $5 or more. Getting started is simple. Just download the DraftKings Pick Six app and sign up with code SD760. Pick at least two players and choose if they're going to have more or less of a stat. Like, will they score more or less than 30 points or have more or less than 8 assists? Lock them in and compete against others for a shot at huge cash prizes. I was just playing last week. Put $100 in my pocket. I like that a lot. Because it gives me more room to play, and we're sitting on the couch. My wife and I, she likes to jump in on the action as well. She plays along. It's a ton of fun. Look, download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and get started with code SD760. New customers can earn a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 in Pick 6 credits when you deposit $5 or more. Only on DraftKings Pick 6 with code SD760. The crown is yours. One offer per new customer, minimum $5 deposit to receive a match of up to $100 in Pick 6 credits, which are non-withdrawable and valid for Pick 6 use only, expire after 180 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER 18+ in most eligible states. Age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Pick 6 not available in all states, including but not limited to Connecticut and New York. For up-to-date list of states, visit dkng.co/pick6states. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos. Ooh, we could be staring at a bad breakup here. How to lose a sport in 10 days coming up next.
This update is presented by Discover. Padres in 24 hours will be wrapping up their game number 1 of the new campaign against the Dodgers out in Seoul, South Korea. 3:05 a.m. is the first pitch time. It'll be Yu Darvish starting against Tyler Glasnow. Elsewhere in baseball, Bob Melvin and Blake Snell reunite after a uniquely quiet offseason for a free agent Cy Young winner. The San Francisco Giants announced they signed Snell for 2 years, $62 million. And in the NCAA tournament, the first 4 begins this afternoon out in Dayton, Ohio. It's the Howard Bison taking on the Wagner Seahawks at 3:40. Colorado State has Virginia at 6:10. Both games can be heard right here. San Diego Sports 760. Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
Woo! Yeah, and you're listening to Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. And we do have a couple of giveaways today. Social Distortion at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. That'll be happening April 12th with special guest Bad Religion. Tickets and info at Ticketmaster.com, or just keep listening for your chance to win.
Yeah, when I look away from you, your voice does not match up with your face. So when I look back over, I'm like, "Oh, that's jarring."
Gigantic head.
Yeah, just imagine a jack-o'-lantern saying that to you at 6:30 in the morning. Terrifying. Great flannel though. You're wearing the hell out of that flannel.
Thank you. Hashtag Carhartt.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. If you want a brand sponsor us, we're cool with that.
Listen, listeners, you want to look like me?
Shop at Costco.
Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah. Or any BPS near you. So PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan, who, I mean, he's kind of like the Mr. Magoo of sports commissioners. For everything,
dude, that is so spot on.
For everything, anybody who doesn't understand the reference, Mr. Magoo was an old cartoon where it was this gentleman who could barely see would walk Like, for example, just completely wearing thick glasses. He would just he'd walk onto like a construction site, and all of a sudden he'd somehow get onto an elevator that brings him up to the 17th floor, and now he's walking on steel girders next to welders, and then a crane passes by and he steps onto an bar and then steps off onto a rooftop somewhere.
Somehow he makes it everywhere safely, but chaos ensues
everywhere
all around him.
Yeah, there's bricks crashing down, there's other people falling to their demise, but Mr. Magoo somehow finds his way to safe purchase. Well, that's Jay Monahan with the PGA Tour. He's a bumbling fool, but somehow he's going to end up richer than he's ever been in his life, and it's because the Saudi Public Investment Fund is funding golfers to jump from PGA to Live Golf, and he's the intermediary. He's trying to bridge this divide between the PGA and Live. He doesn't want Live golfers to be kept off of all of these tour events. He's trying to find a way to make this right between the PGA Tour players that pledged their allegiance to the tour and didn't jump to Live, but while ultimately being horribly underpaid staying on the PGA Tour. So he's got a lot of different balls in there, and he's meeting with the governors from this PIF. I think basically the bottom line is, if they don't find a way, the PGA Tour may eventually go away because they're not going to be able to keep up with the money that the PIF is willing to dump into golf if they want to stay here forever.
Yeah, I don't really get is why they wanted to do this hostile takeover. If it was about the money and they were sliding money back and forth, PGA has a much better look of a brand than Saudi Golf. I mean, to me, it would be like DirecTV and AT&T merge. Right. And DirecTV just has a better brand. They have a better brand, recognition as far as television goes. So why is AT&T going to do AT&T Stream? They tried it. It didn't work. And they went, you know what? We should just call it DirecTV.
Wait, so you're asking, why does Live Golf do what Live Golf is like? Why is the Saudi PIL doing what they're doing? Because Saudi Arabia desperately wants to paint a better image for themselves. So what they're doing with all this endless amounts of money is dipping their toes into things that are popular with the American public, but also the world, and hoping to capitalize off the positive image. So that way the image of the country, because it's had a very turbulent history, sort of changes in the public opinion, right? Like, that's what sports washing is. That's why they're in F1, and that's why they're bringing they had baseball games in Jeddah, right? Like, they had WWE events where Triple H was out there in the opening ceremonies. They have a soccer league with Ronaldo and Kareem Benzema. Like, they're doing everything I can right now, I believe right now, to try and attract the public's attention to all these good things that they're doing as a way to sports wash the image.
And I don't know if they could ever do it. Maybe over years and years. To me, this feels more like they just want the power. You want the money, you want control.
But they don't need the money. Like, they have trillions.
Well, I know they don't need the money, but at the same time, it's almost like if I was a billionaire, I mean, I don't need to buy a yacht, but
you're not a billionaire?
Close. Getting close.
Okay.
You have no idea how many
of millions.
You have no idea how many of those Carhartt shirts he owns.
I was going to say, between the Brixton hats and the Carhartt shirts.
Yeah, they're one-time use for him. I mean, it is unbelievable. And by the way, it's a Brixton hat to match every shirt he wears. No, listen, I actually think it is probably closer to what Jay Riff's saying, because remember back in 2018, that there was the Washington Post reporter who all of a sudden went missing, and then it was being reported he was assassinated by members of the Saudi, whatever their military is called, right? Well, the crazy thing was, very shortly after that, and the movie The Dissident came out on Amazon, and it was all people were talking about when it came to Saudi Arabia. All of a sudden, they started buying into all these sports. And so even the controversy helps you hide bad things you're doing. Because if the controversy is around golf instead of, I don't know, alleged murder.
Human rights violations.
Yeah, human right or like war crimes. Like, those things, okay, it's like those things are really big problems for you in terms of like your public relations, handling, how Jay Monahan feels in within a closed door meeting in the Bahamas. It's it's a very different headline. You may still feel like, oh, I hate Live Golf. Or maybe you feel like, geez, I'm coming around on Live Golf with the PGA. That's a place for debate that is going to help them out in terms of the headlines and the way Saudi Arabia is talked about. So I do think sports washing is a big part of the story.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as Live Golf goes, there's parts of Live Golf that I think are kind of fun. I mean, there's parts I think they're getting right. I think where they're getting it wrong as a fan of the PGA is the hostile takeover look. I mean, if you want to make a deal, it just seems crazy that you're trying to buy these players. I get it. I understand why, but it's hard to take if you're like, wait a minute, well, hold on. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean you're buying him? What do you mean he's going there?
Travis, if a competitor to this radio station offered you $100 million, you're going to work for them.
Yeah, I'm not
like
saying
you're just going
I
to.
wouldn't take the money. Hold on.
Right.
The brakes, J-Riff. Is somebody offering $100 million?
No, I'm just saying, like, everybody has their price, and Saudi Arabia recognized that, and they're like, oh, we can afford everybody's price.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't take the money. Look, if I was on the PGA and I was making 50 mil and somebody came and said, we'll pay you 200 mil, bye.
Yeah. I mean, some of these guys who wasn't even like Cam Smith, for example, he had just won a major, and Cam Smith was a guy, I think his career earnings were 27 million. I mean, he made that plus more guaranteed upfront jumping from the PGA circuit to Live Golf. I mean, it really truly was like some guys were matching their lifetime earnings in signing bonuses.
Right.
So really.
But you have the Tiger Woods of the world, who I think they offered him 800 million to come on over, and he said no because it would hurt the brand. It would hurt the brand so much.
That's what, interestingly enough, like Messi, right? Messi was hired as a spokesperson for Saudi Arabia. So you go to like airports and they have like holograms of Messi that come up and are like, welcome, like blah, blah, blah. He's like their tourism and like international relations spokesperson. But then they offered him like $1 billion to come play soccer in Saudi Arabia. It's like, I'm going to go to Miami instead.
Yeah.
Like they offered him basically $1 billion.
Yeah, because it does in some ways, it cuts you off from it's almost how like Michael Jordan, and obviously very different from Saudi Arabia, but famously the quote was that I'm not even sure he actually said, but Republicans buy sneakers too, because they were asking him about his political beliefs or why he doesn't speak about politics. And I mean, the inference is I'm a Democrat, but I understand I'm cutting off half of my buying audience if I side with one side or other in such a hotly contested area of debate. Well, as a businessman, Tiger Woods, Lionel Messi, they're going to make decisions like that because they want to keep selling jerseys and soccer balls with their faces on them.
Right.
Well,
right.
not Tiger golf balls with his face on them.
I can't get a Tiger Woods soccer ball?
Well, maybe you could.
I mean, a football?
Yeah, actually, he's going to be an ambassador of Saudi Arabia for the football team.
It's fine because it has nothing to do with the PGA Tour.
That's right. Strictly prohibited. And
not to be rebroadcast in any shape or form at the express provisions of the PGA Tour.
All right, coming up next, how about this? Life imitating art. The Kenny Powers version. I cannot wait to talk about this one. All right. But first, I want to talk to everybody about the Man Zone. Yeah, listen, we always goof around about this. I'm doing push-ups in the hallway, jumping jacks all show, long naked ones. But the point is, the Man Zone has been a huge help to the old testosterone, right? I didn't realize I had a problem with this. I was talking to a buddy who had gotten testosterone replacement therapy, a former player in the NFL as well, former teammate of mine. And he said, all these feelings that you're feeling, like the low energy or the lethargy or the brain fog, all of it could be linked to low testosterone. I'm like, there's no way. I'm 37 years old. There's no chance. But I went into the Man Zone, got my testosterone tested, and I came out on the low average end of the spectrum. And as a result, I was like, geez, boost me up, doc. Well, Dr. Roy David, the medical director over at the Man Zone, who, by the way, is a double board certified plastic surgeon. Not a lot of testosterone clinics can say that they have an actual doctor in charge of things. He got me right, and I want to get you right too. Head to themanzone.com. If you want to feel better in the gym, if you want to look better in the mirror, if you want to feel better in life, testosterone replacement therapy could be for you. If you're in your 40s, your 50s, or your 60s, this is a no-brainer. Get tested today over at the Man Zone and check them out at themanzone.com. Hey, it's Big Rich for SDFatLoss.com. Check this out. Well, I say Big Rich, more like Skinny Rich.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, SDFatLoss.com. What's that?
What?
I said hot.
Hot? Wait, Hot
Wait,
Rich?
hot?
Are you trying to say Hot Rich?
Yeah, Hot Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually, we're changing the show name, thank you, to Hot Rich TD and Fletch, because man, oh man, when you drop 30 LBs, all of a sudden you can see a jawline. That was hidden for a while. All of a sudden people start saying like, wow, you do something different with your hair? And because you were so fat before, they're like nervous to ask you questions about your weight because they're, I don't know, they're beating around the bush and they go, no. See, the problem was I was a big fat fatty and now I'm not.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, that's right. I lost 30 pounds in 30 days with SDFatLoss.com. Travis lost 30. Fletch lost 40.
It's like 40 pounds, and now he's continued it again. He's pushing 50 pounds lost.
Yeah, he's almost at 50 pounds lost. So as a show in total, if you're doing the math real quick, we'll do it for you. That's over 110 pounds lost. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So SDFatLoss.com, it works. Here, it's very simple. All you got to do is get in touch with them. Go to that website I've been shouting out, SDFatLoss.com. Wayne and Chloe is the weight loss team. They're going to guide you through this process. They have an app. They have a worksheet. They have whatever is the easiest way for you to follow the plan. They will give it to you on paper or on the, a downloadable file. And it's no weight loss shakes or weird meals delivered to your door, absolutely starving yourself. I mean, it's just a plan that works. And then once you've lost the weight to the amount that you wanted to, then you transition into maintaining. That's where we're at. We're in the maintenance phase of the diet, and we're cruising along at a new weight, feeling healthy and feeling much happier. So if you are looking to lose weight in the new year and you're tired of that yo-yo dieting where you lose it all, you gain it back, something sustainable, you got to get over to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com.
Oh.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on a Tuesday morning, San Diego Sports 760. If you're missing Fletch, so are we. Although Jonathan Rifkin is causing a small brush fire on social media, we're fairly certain that his looks alone are goosing some of the social media numbers. I mean, look at is that a front double bicep?
Yeah. What did you just double flex us here?
Hey there, Travis Dale. Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger? Is that the producer of the Darren Smith Show? Because I'm not sure. I can't tell with those 20-inch pythons.
We asked if you were going to take your shirt off, and he said, no, I can't because it'll be sexual harassment.
Yeah. He was like, when Fletch does it, it's funny because he's like, hey, laugh at me and I'll laugh with you.
Right.
But for me, it's purely sexual. That is a direct quote.
That is not a joke. That's actually occurred here in the studio.
I wish we had time to get to this story about how sometimes life imitates art, how Kenny Powers has had an incredible, if you ever watch the show Eastbound and Down.
Yeah. Great show.
Danny McBride playing Kenny Powers, one of my favorite characters ever created, ever. Well, we have a Kenny Powers of the Major League Baseball ranks.
We're talking baseball still next hour. We can make it happen.
We're going to shoehorn it in. We have to.
Okay.
We have to because it's my favorite story of the year, potentially. Meanwhile, J-Riff in a heated debate with somebody over whether he's asking, the listener is asking J-Riff to eat an eggplant or something else.
Yeah,
Look,
right.
he is a vegan, so I say eggplant. I said he was just like,
definitely.
Look, I'd just like to feed you a vegetable. And it turns out it's a nightshade.
I appreciate how supportive that this listener is being of my veganism. Like this is why we talk about it, because you never know who comes out of the woodwork and shows a little bit of support, and that just builds me up, especially at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday morning.
Speaking of woodwork, I mean the messages are going to start flooding in. Get that shirt off, pop that top,
pop the top.
If we get 15 people to tell me to pop the top, we'll pop the top.
Wait, 15 people on the stream?
Or
on the stream,
text line,
and you guys can't influence it.
We won't.
Well, no, we wouldn't influence anyone.
No way.
To message on the stream, J-Riff pop the top.
That would be weird.
Yeah.
In fact, hashtag pop the top would not be something we would want anybody to tweet us or text us at 70470. So your text with team. That would be weird. Also, you could hit that talk back icon, which is right next to the play button on the show podcast or the live show feed.
We are unusually excited about J-Riff taking his shirt off.
Yeah, you know what?
Jenna doesn't even get this excited.
The 7 o'clock hour is about man nipples. It always has been on this show.
Of course, Tuesdays are always set aside for man nipples.
It's for
almond-shaped
tacos and almond-shaped nipples. Look, the point is we're having a good time on a Tuesday morning. We have to scram here. In fact, we got to run. And speaking of running, the Good Feet store's got you covered if you're a runner. How about if you're a stander? How about if you're somebody who like bought one of those standing desks at work? You're like, I'm going to be healthy in 2024. And as a result, now you have back pain because you're standing for 8 hours a day at your cubicle. And you're just like, this was a mistake. Here's the deal. I got you covered. The Good Feet store's got you covered. I went there years ago now. I got fitted for my arch supports. I did the try before you buy process where they walk you around the store in the new arch supports after measuring your feet, and they got me dialed in. I walked out of there completely skeptical. I'm like, I'm going to have these things out of my shoe in less than a month. This is not going to work. I was completely wrong. Your feet are the foundation of the rest of your body. And so if you have lower body joint pain in your feet, your ankles, your hips, your knees, your back, or even your neck, your posture is related to the way you stand. These arch supports can change your life. They have completely transformed my life. I used to have back pain almost daily. It's been knocked down to intermittent at best. I mean, I'm having so many more good days than bad days. And this has come from somebody who had back surgery and my NFL playing career. So if you're struggling with lower body joint pain, get to the Good Feet store. They got 200 plus locations around the US and overseas. Goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com.
This update is presented by Sid's Carpet Barn. Padres open the 2024 campaign against the Dodgers tomorrow morning in Seoul, South Korea. A little bit earlier than you might expect, though. 3:05 is the first pitch. Yu Darvish taking on Tyler Glass now to start the game.
Wait a second.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Wait.
Oh,
What did you say that Yu Darvish was?
He's taking on Tyler Glass now to start the game.
Oh, okay.
No, I feel like there was another word in there.
Yeah.
Guys, this is my update. This is my time. This isn't about you.
No, I want you to get through this. Give Sid a little love. We'll talk to you on the other side.
You didn't mention Mitch at all, did you?
Elsewhere in baseball, Bob Melvin and Blake Snell are reuniting after. God, you guys ruined my flow. After uniquely quiet off. You know what? Screw it. For over 70 years, San Diegans have trusted Sid's Carpet Barn for all their floor covering needs. At Sid's, you'll always find great service, low everyday prices, and the largest selection of carpet, wood, and laminated tile flooring with immediate installation. Visit Sid's Carpet Barn or sidscarpet.com. None of this made sense, by the way.
It all made sense to me. Sid's Carpet Barn.
Come on down.
For all your carpet needs.
Happy Tuesday to those who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you. No Fletch today. But Mountain Trust Mortgage and Realty will get you right. Want to talk to you guys about an adjustable rate loan this morning.
Everybody, let's bring in Brian Main.
Yeah, Brian Main, thank you for voicing that ad. How'd you feel about the loan manager you worked with?
Well, I had a great time.
So, Jay Riff filling in for Fletch. Now, Jonathan Rifkin, he started a small brush fire on our socials. Everybody wants to see him remove his shirt.
Yep.
He refuses to do so. The texts have now flooded in.
Yeah, check out this one from the 619. Why stop at the top? Open that trunk.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's saying to spread your cheeks. That's what he said.
He wants to see the dumper.
Yeah.
It's Lainey Wilson style.
I mean, read that text again. I mean, it seemed.
Yeah. Why stop at the top? Open that trunk.
Yeah, open the trunk. Good Lord.
I only see 4 pop that top, so I don't know I said 15.
Well, they're chanting pop the top.
No,
so
we need
11.
11 different people to chant together then.
Wow.
More people.
Wow, I've never witnessed this before where somebody's just eating it up.
Pop the top,
They
pop
can't
the
get
top,
enough.
pop the top. That's 3 right there.
Yeah.
Somebody earlier on our stream actually said, gosh, Fletch lost a lot more weight on SD Fat Loss. No, that's Jonathan Rifkin.
Yeah.
That is the producer from the Darren Smith Show. If you're unfamiliar, that is not Benjamin Fletcher. He also had incredible reconstructive plastic surgery.
Look at all that hair.
Yeah.
Well, on his head.
You're right. Well,
yeah. We don't know. His body may be hairless.
That's a good point. Yeah. Well, we're going to find out later on.
We are. We're getting close.
If you want to see J Riff remove his shirt, hashtag pop the top, text it to us, tweet it to us. You can find us on social at Big Rich TD Fletch.
It's going to be awkward when Sarah, Annie, and Kendall text in pop the top.
Yeah, that's going to hurt my feelings. Right. Although, then again, I will, the ladies, this true story. For any gentleman who's of a certain age, right? You get into your 30s, get into your 40s, spice things up. The romance novels. Getting sort of the on-ramp to the excitement, that's what you got to get into.
Yeah.
So if she looks at J-Riff and that leads to I don't know, a little bit of me time or us time. I'm fine with that.
Does Annie read the romance novels?
Well, you know what? I actually I don't know what she's listening to, but she's got an AirPod in at all times.
Just always 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. Restart the series, Siri.
Yeah. He's trying to accost me, so I'm going to need to listen to this again.
Wait, so they do that with horses, right? When they're breeding horses, they have like the mare that warms up the female to get ready to.
Wait, no, you're the mare is the female.
The mare is the female.
So
no, the stallion. No, the mare is the
stallion, the stud.
The stud.
Yeah. That's you.
Yeah.
So I'm the stud, is
Well,
what you're saying.
Show stud?
No,
I
I'm
would-
the stud.
You're right.
you're
Your
the-
genetics are far better than mine, Rich.
Well, no. What I'm saying is you're the mare. You're the one strutting around to get things fired up,
And then they bring the stud in.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that makes sense.
and then
Okay.
that's what. Then they're they're collecting a specimen.
And that's why we want to talk to you about Golden Triangle.
Yeah, I want to talk to you guys about the man stone just one more time.
Listen, you guys want to get some Diablos Rojas
Yeah,
merch?
Oh wait. You said I thought that
like
was
a
like
shirt.
I thought that was a delicious meal. That it was like the number 3 combo platter.
That does sound like it's spicy though.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's hot.
You better
It's hot.
buckle up.
Like
No,
if you finish it, your meal's free.
that's right. Yeah. So if Diablos Rojas is not a combo meal, what is it?
It's a Mexican baseball team.
Oh, this is the story.
Yeah,
This is the story we're trying to get to.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
The Red Devils.
The Red Devils. This is an incredible tale of a gentleman who really had a fall from grace, kind of unlike anything we've ever seen. Arguably one of, if not the best pitcher in Major League Baseball, Trevor Bauer, was involved with, I'm blanking on her name, but the allegations against him included sexual assault, but many other really kind of stomach turning things where he was accused of. He's been suspended and basically, it feels, blackballed from Major League Baseball. On the other side of the court hearings that exonerated him.
Right.
So now he's trying to restart his career. He signed with a Japanese baseball team last year, and he's in Mexico. He's in Mexico now. And the only reason why I'm laughing,
It's the same storyline.
it's Kenny Powers.
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer.
a real American. Fight for
Are we
what's
allowed
right
to? Are we allowed to
of
do this
every
right now?
man.
Oh, you
yeah,
can,
this
yeah.
is,
Okay.
this is it's
I'm
fine.
just
We
making
can.
sure.
No, royalty free does not constitute my lovely vocal cords.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Because he is royalty free. You can buy that cover any place music is
Fight for
sold.
your rights. Fight for what's right.
Trevor Bauer
Golly.
is going to face the Yankees in Mexico. That is a real story.
It's March 24th. It's coming up. We're gonna have to get our Diablos Rojas gear quick.
Is he going to tie like the Mexican flag around his neck like Kenny Powers did? Come out
It
with
was the
fireworks?
American flag.
Oh, was it the American?
Yeah.
Fireworks going off from the outfield, running onto the field, and then all of a sudden, as the music's playing, he gets really nervous because nobody's
Dude.
applauding the effort.
Look at their logo. It's awesome.
Let me see it.
A little M with the devil's tail.
That is actually, it looks like the Milwaukee's tool. Yeah.
Wow. Dude, flames on a baseball.
I don't know where everybody lands on Trevor Bauer. I mean, look, obviously a controversial topic, a
Right.
controversial human being. I think the art being reflected by actual living events here is humorous, but look, I mean, is this like a family friendly name anymore that anybody believes is going to get another chance with Major League Baseball?
Probably not. Probably not.
No.
You don't think so at all?
No.
There's a piece of me that thinks if Trevor Bauer with the Diablos Rojas, with a lineup that includes Stanton and Judge and Soto, absolutely lights up the Yankees, to me, it's money over everything in baseball. I would guarantee even that he would probably get a deal by some Major League Baseball team.
I mean, I'm assuming he can pitch.
He's still putting up social media videos of him pitching in batting cages, doing live BP with people. I have no idea what he looks on the mound. I haven't seeked out any information from the year he just had pitching for the Japanese baseball team. But it would be interesting to say the very least, highly controversial if he ended up getting signed by a baseball team. But again, desperation, it's a stinky cologne, and there have been more desperate contracts signed and given over the course of time in baseball that would, completely trump this story with Trevor Bauer. But we'll see. Sometimes sports leagues take a hard stance. Obviously, the NFL with the Colin Kaepernick stance, it was a hard stance. It was a do not pass go situation. He's never gotten another chance. Many people say he was blackballed. He actually sued them because he thought there was collusion behind it. And guess what? He settled for a bunch of money. So we'll never really know, but that kind of feels like a little bit maybe, yeah.
Yeah, right. So I'm with you.
All right. Well,
the text line is calling me the fluffer of the show.
Yeah, I didn't know if we were allowed to say it.
Oh, no, yeah.
You can.
Yeah. Because,
I think so. I don't think the FCC knows what that is.
Yeah,
it doesn't even matter. Oh, wait, hold on. We read an editorial.
Yeah,
that said
every couple should have a pillow fluffer.
That's right. There we go.
Yeah,
we're good. We're solid.
You've
we're clear
never
now.
fluffed your pillows. You wake up in the middle of the night, they're kind of flattened down.
Little patty pat.
I just turn it over.
Well, you like the cold side?
I love. Wait, you don't?
Yeah, no, I definitely do. I just was getting in your head, getting in the mind of J-Riff.
You don't want to be in my mind.
Yeah, that's a sick place.
What goes through your mind? Like, what? I wonder what I'd look like shirtless right now.
Tofu.
Yeah. Golly.
Edamame.
Yeah, I'd like to have some pizza that's not real pizza.
Roasted corn. Oh, God. Roasted corn.
God, hold the butter, though. I want it, like, dry.
Gross.
Yeah.
Who would want maybe vegan butter that they make out of seed oils? Yeah.
Oh, God. Have you guys ever had seaweed butter?
I'll tell you right now, I like butter, but only if it's made of soybeans. Delicious. All right, guys, look, speaking of vegans, Jon Fink is going to join us from the Four Corners news desk later in the show. Look, it's a Tuesday, so we always do Four Corners. We're going to bring you the best stories from around the globe. We span the four corners of the map to give you the stories that matter the most.
Wait, this show is a flat earther perspective?
You know what? You say certain things.
Wait. I don't even know. I don't know how to process that.
That's a word salad.
Wait.
Okay, and I know you love salads, but
It's because it's 7:15 in the morning. I've had 200 milligrams of caffeine, and I don't know how to process what's going on around me right now.
How do you know how many milligrams of caffeine you've had? Like, what's in a cup of coffee?
No. Jon Fink, speaking of, he has the gummies, the caffeine gummies.
I don't think those
okay.
were
And there's
caffeine gummies.
Trust me, I know if they weren't. And I'd be acting a whole lot different. And they're 100 milligrams each. So I had one before I came, and then I had one before the show, and 100 plus
one before
100
you got here.
Yeah. There's two
Use your words wisely.
connotations.
I feel like you guys just choose to take things the way you want to take
But
them.
no, but look, we're also a show of record.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of record.
The best
like
ones.
scratches,
Yeah.
record scratches.
That
DJ Khaled,
Yeah.
we the best.
okay, I think we got off track here.
Look,
Should we hit a halfie?
the point I was trying to make is we also have two great giveaways, a $50 gift card to Islands Restaurant, fine burgers and drinks. Also, we have a pair of tickets to see Social Distortion in April, special guest Bad Religion. You can win those tickets if you keep listening to this show. But first, this. And he's not ready again. I mean,
it's just like Fletch is here.
You know, it's unbelievable. He's like, should we go to halftime? I'm like, well, he's ready. He's got the button ready. And then I go, and then we're gonna go to halftime. And he's really like,
I see a bunch of guys playing with their technique and fundamentals.
It's halftime. All right, TD, what do you got for us?
By the way, I'd like to point out that on day one, Fletch is out. He did listen and chime in, make sure everything's good. Day two of Fletch out, he is dead asleep.
that guy is in a Percocet fueled semi-coma.
That's right. In baseball, Blake Snell has signed a 2-year, $62 million deal with the Giants. Sweet. In the NFL, 49ers signed Josh Dobbs to a 1-year, $2.5 million deal. The New Orleans Saints looks like they're coming to an agreement with defensive end Chase Young, a 1-year, $13 million fully guaranteed deal. Raiders signing Vikings running back Alexander Madison.
That's a good signing.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Yep.
The Raiders are quietly putting together a pretty solid team, so it looks on paper.
Yeah. A lot to contend with. They're in a division that has Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
So there's
right.
there's that problem.
Right. Well, it's like the Padres. A lot to contend with as the West starts to stack up. But now we point to the NBA. Yeah. Scores around the league. I know you guys have been waiting for it. The Cavs walk back and forth at a steady and consistent speed. The Pacers, 108-103.
Jesus.
What?
But pacing themselves?
Normally this is like the only time of the show that I tune in.
Because
No offense. Because I'm driving to the gym during this time.
Oh no.
And so this is I'm very excited for this.
Slightly offensive.
Yeah, dude. None taken. Yeah. Thank you for listening for 5 minutes.
Boss.
Like 3.
Boss Tony, the Pistons, 119-94. Philly Fresh Prince, the Heat, 98-91. The Bulls, Rocky Mountain Oyster, the Trailblazers, 110-107.
Bull balls.
Minnesota breaded, the Jazz, 114-104.
They gave birth.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
The Jazz.
Soda bread. Soda bread.
Oh, soda bread.
Yeah, Minnesota
I was thinking
bread.
Minnesota bread then.
Yeah, I mean, they may have given birth to the Jazz. I don't know. Come on now. Yeah,
Minnesota, the birthplace of jazz.
What's the stud fee for that?
New Yorkie pooed the Warriors 99-93.
Mixed breed dogs.
Yep. Sacra boys to Mintoed the Grizzlies 121-111, and the Lake Show Rickied the Hawks 136-105.
Wait a second. What? Ricky the Hawks?
Ricky Lake
Show, dude.
That's such a good tie-in.
It's honestly brilliant.
Such a good tie-in.
These are getting worse and worse. These are getting. I felt
really good about.
No,
today.
that was 10 out of 10.
I mean,
thank you.
Don't listen to him.
There are days where you are swinging and connecting, and today, holy God, I don't even know who won a single one of those games.
Every team with more points won.
For sports updates on all the NBA action, go to a different show because you're not going to get any answers here. Okay, really quick. We have to come to consensus on this. If you were building a house using only Padres players, who would be your foundation? Like if you were going to put together a big, beautiful house, but something had to be your foundation, who would be that player? That would be the foundation of the rest of the house.
Sorry, I got distracted on the stream just real quick as I veer off.
Yeah.
Rootsman 858. Y'all have to count how many times J-Riff says like, and if we turn that to a drinking game.
But you know what's weird? I don't think that's really part of my vernacular. I don't think I say like a ton.
Well, we're gonna start counting now. Like we'll make it like a drinking game.
I feel like I'm being targeted as a Gen Zer here.
I wonder if I have vocal crutches.
Why is Paris saying I need to take a lap?
Yeah, I mean,
so does the text line also says 2 different texters.
Yeah, the football. You probably should.
Hang on.
All right, so really quick, if I were building a house using only Padre players, you know who my foundation would be? I think it would be Joe Musgrove. Because that seems like a guy who you could build the rest of the team around. He's going to be here for a while. He's San Diego born and raised. He's Java Joe, right? His folks have the good story. He has the little coffee shop. Like, I like the feeling of having a hometown kid who made good, bounced around the league a little bit, but found home here. Is he good enough to be the foundation? That's the only place that I have some concerns, but he seems like the steady Eddie of this clubhouse.
Yeah, as long as he's not dropping dumbbells on his big toe, like,
right.
But we all make mistakes, so like you can't really fault him for that one. And he was doing it like to get better. Like the point of doing that dumbbell exercise was to get better and be better for all of us. So like the intent was there. I like that pick, and he's also the second He is the second largest weight on the roster, according to the website. And when you first said, like, which Padre would use, I was like looking at like the Padre weights. I'm like, oh, physically, like Glenn Otto is 240 pounds. I don't even know who that is. But with your analysis of Joe Musgrove and the fact that he's 230 pounds, he would make a good foundation.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, did you say Musgrove is the foundation? Because, I mean, it feels like because also he said, and then maybe you said this because I was running laps and high-fiving, sorry. He feels, because he's San Diegan.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you got roots already.
It's bedrock.
Yeah.
You know, like he feels like a foundational piece to the roster overall.
But if you're looking for a foundation of a team that's going to make the team win, you got to pick Manny Machado.
Yeah, I mean, we can get to that though. You know what? Let's continue this exercise. So let's continue. It's so much debate. We have to come to consensus though. That's about. Right. We'll talk about who's the structure then. Who's the drywall, which is going to be a very boring player. Who's the electrical? Who gives you a little bit of that sizzle and that you know what I mean?
I feel like we all know that answer.
Yeah, I mean, it could vary.
No, yeah, because I think I know where you're headed.
Yeah,
but I'm not on the same page.
Like who's turning the lights on for you? Also, who's the finishing work? Like when you walk into the place, obviously you're not seeing the bones of the house. You're seeing the marble staircase in the foyer. Who's the finishing work? We're going to get to all that. I think it's a good thought exercise to really put this roster into, I don't know, into a correlation that's a little bit more understandable, at least for a dummy like me.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that on the other side. We got those great giveaways.
Yeah. Tell you what's a good exercise.
What's that?
Getting out to Dave & Buster's this Friday. 10:30. Going to be doing a little watch party, having a little fun, eating a little food, playing little games. Dave & Buster's, man. You can catch all the college basketball tournament games there in March at Dave & Buster's. New, improved, and outrageously delicious menu. All the games that you've never seen before. Brand new games coming in. And, of course, tons of TVs. And we're not just talking about the tournament games to watch there. UFC fights, baseball, all the basketball you want. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Half-price cocktails. $1 off drafts and wine glasses, 10% military discount and a first responder discount all day, every day. Schedule your next event by calling them directly or visit daveandbusters.com. It's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait to get out there, party with everybody, see the listeners, throw some high fives, watch the Aztecs win. Yeah, that's right. That's right, J-Riff. Pour back a couple. I saw it. J-Riff.
Bruise.
Yep. You know what you should do is like cut the shirt just a little bit and rip it off.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's get you a 760 shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to tear that thing off at Dave & Buster's on Friday for our watch party, 10:30. Dave & Buster's, we're going to be at the Mission Valley location. They also have a Carlsbad location. Go to either one, man. Tons of fun. Dave & Buster's is where it's at. We will continue our talk here. The building a house by the Padres players. We break it down for you. Coming up next.
All right, let's try this again. This update is presented by San Diego Wave FC.
Try what again? Oh, sorry. Sorry. Go ahead. Carry on.
Padres season opener tomorrow, 3:05 a.m. here on the Pacific Coast. Yu Darvish, Tyler Glass now for the Dodgers to start off the season in Seoul, South Korea. Elsewhere in baseball, Blake Snell and the Giants have agreed to a 2-year contract worth $65 million. That reunites the Cy Young Award winner with Bob Melvin. Almost said Nightingale. And the first four. Do you even know who Bob Nightingale is?
Yeah.
And in the first four, which begins this afternoon in Dayton, Ohio, you have Wagner against Howard, followed by Colorado State and
Wagner, like
Virginia.
the paint sprayers. Right? No?
Both games can be heard right here on San Diego Sports 760 beginning at 3:40. The Darren Smith Show will go until 3:30 today. San Diego Wave FC is finally back ahead of the 2024 season, and they are kicking it off on Saturday, March 23rd at Snapdragon Stadium. Get your tickets today at sandiegowavefc.com, starting at just $10. Jeez. All right, go ahead and say it.
No, it's fine. Just what's that website again?
sandiegowavefc.com.
You did it. Whoa, we are doing it here.
Vamos Wave.
What was that?
Vamos Wave.
Vamos Wave.
Wait, are you on a different soundboard? I've never heard that
we've
before.
never had that one. Is that your own personal collection?
That's my own personal drop, yes.
Gosh.
Vamos Wave.
I have a couple of personal ones I will send you as well that can't be used for air.
Yeah. Those are very different.
It's fine. Lot happening today here. Big Rich, CD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. We still got Four Corners coming up. Jon Fink going to be joining us from Kogo News. He was just giving me an update on one of the stories. Listen, you don't want to miss it. That's all I'm saying. We also have a couple giveaways you don't want to miss. Social Distortion at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. Bad Religion going to be there. Happening April 12th. Tickets and info, Ticketmaster.com. And a $50 gift card to Islands. Islands has a vast menu of items, a family-friendly, beachy vibe atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious food and drinks. Island has the happiest happy hour starting weekdays at 3 p.m. Cheesiest cheddar fries, coldest beer in town.
I had that last night.
Golly. Visit Islands, fine burgers and drinks. Keep listening for your chance to win. I thought it was going to give me a website. It did not.
It didn't.
Yeah, islands.com?
Do not go to islands.com.
No.
Don't you dare. No. Actually, I don't know. Maybe that is their website.
Let me see.
But one thing, okay, so the cheddar fries, the green onions, the cheesy cheddar. I love Islands fries, fresh cut fries.
It's not it.
I knew it was. I knew it. Also, the Big Wave Burger, order it basically every time I go there. I had the Kanapali Cobb. What else did I try? The Yaki Tacos.
Islandsrestaurants.com.
There it is.
Yeah.
For more information.
for tickets and info.
Vamos Wave.
Oh my gosh. I was just stuffing my face. Anyways, okay. Back to the start. Foundational player. We all in agreement. If you're building a house made of Padres players, I mean, this sounds a little dark. We're putting Joe Musgrove in the foundation, like Jimmy Hoffa. But is he the foundation? Are we all in agreement there?
I think it's good. Yeah.
Okay, let's build the frame of the house, the structure, the studs in the wall. Okay. If we're going to put up the wood is good. Who is our structure? Like, we're building the Padres house. Who's going to keep the roof up? Who are we hanging the walls on?
Oh man,
Ha-Sung Kim.
Is that where you go?
Because he feels like the most consistent defender for sure in the middle infield. I know Manny's at the hot corner.
Yeah.
I feel like we should save Manny maybe for something a little bit. I'm not saying that's not important to have walls in your house.
Yeah.
I mean, but some would say them. I mean, like nothing else goes in.
Right.
Without the walls.
Right, without the walls. Like, I feel like Ha-Sung Kim is that glue guy for this team in a way that, like we thought Xander Bogaerts would be when he was brought over. It didn't really come to fruition the way we thought. But, like, defensively, this guy is a multifaceted Gold Glove winner. He's a consistent hitter. Everybody loves him. Like, I love a good wall, man. Like, you can something that I can.
What? Wait.
Not sure where I'm going with this, but I love it, and I think Ha-Sung
walls.
Kim is that guy.
I'll tell you what, he's actually not lying, because there have been several times like he's in the break room by himself, and this dude is just like leaning up against a cold wall, and he's just like, you ever just press your face against the paint? and just try to like the first time the brush stroked it. I'm like, J-Riff, get away from me, you sick bastard.
Love a good wall.
Just,
Cold wall Kim.
what would you say this paint is? This agreeable gray? Because I'll tell you what, it's agreeable to me. Benjamin Moore or Sherwin-Williams? All I know is it's got me all twisted up.
If it's agreeable gray, I guarantee you it's Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
I don't know who these people are.
Listen, Sherwin-Williams
and Benjamin Moore signed the Declaration of Independence.
That's correct.
I mean, this country was built on two things: liberty and paint selections.
Yeah, paint chips.
I would say Manny Machado has to be the structure of the house. Here's the only reason why.
Okay.
Because I do like the idea of, as the framers come in and they're banging away, like the sound of the hammer is almost like Ha-Sung Kim.
Right.
Ha-Sung
Right.
Kim. Ha-Sung Kim. Ha-Sung Kim. You just hear them hammering away. Nails are hitting studs. Like, that makes sense to me. But Manny Machado signed this long contract. Like, in terms of the untouchables, there's probably two of them, and it's probably Fernando and Manny. So when you think about a house, when you're building the structure is going to stand the entire time the house stands, right?
Yeah.
It kind of feels like it has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, are we?
No,
You're-
that's interesting.
you're
That's an
swaying me.
interesting. I feel like Manny, like this is, oh man. Okay, good thing we're not on the flagship. I feel like a wall is the thing that keeps everything else up. It builds everything up, right?
Yeah.
It holds it up.
Oh, this is an interesting side of this
Manny
debate.
isn't really somebody who makes the people around him better and puts them on his shoulders.
Well, okay. I see
he
what you're
literally said
saying.
last year, like, culture, like, what is this, college baseball? Like, he sort of is like,
Yeah, but aren't we looking at what we need here? Like what we need to happen?
I do agree. Yeah, I guess, to your point, like, you would rather Manny be the wall than Ha-Sung Kim, or the frame of the house, but is he?
But here's where I want to throw this in. Does it have to be a player? Because the structure could be
Bob
Mike Schill.
Melvin. No.
Yeah, Bob Melvin. If he's not there, we're done. Wait, is he there?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I mean,
it could be Schilt.
It could be Schilt, but I see what you're saying. I mean, like, if you're looking at players, I feel the same way. Like, you need someone who's holding the whole thing up here, holding the whole thing together, and that's Manny Machado.
Have we officially overruled J-Riff?
I would say
I like
so.
the more I think about it, the more I stand on the ground.
Wow.
That
Actually,
Wow.
Maybe he's swaying me because he's making some points.
So then who's the structure?
Is it Fernando? I mean, he signed
But
the life
no,
contract.
Fernando, but
No.
he's like the pool in the backyard. Like, he's when you get through
Okay,
the house.
Okay,
you're like,
right,
yo.
You're right.
Okay,
You're
I'm
right. No,
there.
you're right.
I'm
You're right. Okay. Mind meld. Let's say, for the sake of argument, let's say Ha-Sung Kim. Okay. So
okay.
Ha-Sung Kim, you want to say the fact that middle infielder, defensively, even the back came around last year, Mr. Consistent. Ha-Sung Kim is the structure of the house, the frame of the house.
All right.
We're hanging drywall. So drywall's boring.
Yeah.
Drywall is just the in-between part. Like, you heard how much we love paint.
Right.
I mean, oh my God. I mean, especially J-Riff.
God.
You get him around like a Hunter Green. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, with like some gold trim.
All I'm saying is you better put those plastic protectors on your outlets. Otherwise, he's coming for you. And he doesn't care if it's European or standard American.
Nope.
He
He'll
will-
stick it in there.
He'll fit it.
Yeah, exactly right.
So who's the drywall on this team?
So, okay, are you picking just a boring player, or are you picking someone who should be a good player? But
How necessary is drywall?
Oh, I mean,
how necessary?
It hides everything.
Yeah.
It hides the plumbing, the electrical.
Okay,
the-
okay.
I mean, it's gonna hold in the insulation.
So you're saying like somebody that would like hide the.
Oh, this is a good
wow,
one.
you're looking at this a completely different spin. to me.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah. I was thinking drywall's so bland and so plain. Like, it would be you, Darvish.
But everything. Well,
Yeah.
I feel
Or
like you.
Well,
Xander?
actually, I guess
Xander?
maybe Xander.
Xander's been a little bit just nothing
What
happening.
about Cronenworth?
Chrome Zone
oh my
might
God.
be the drywall.
Yeah, that actually is what popped into my head first. So now that you throw it out there,
Jake Cronenworth.
yeah, I mean, he's the drywall.
Jeez, I feel so bad because I like Chrome.
Well, me too. But you know what? I do like my drywall.
I love when Don. Here's the thing about Don. Like, Don really makes like, you have now entered the Crown Zone with a 3-run homer in the ninth.
Yeah.
Like, he makes it sound so exciting. And then when I really think about Jake, he always says the right things. He always does the right things. He hit a bunch of bombs last year. I mean, he's a good first baseman, but there is outside of his bat, there's no pop.
Okay, but check it out. Check it out. Drywall, little plain.
Yeah.
Unless you dress it up.
That's a good point. It's a good point.
Crone Zone, little plain.
Don Orsillo dresses him up.
That's what I'm saying.
There we go. That was
That's
good,
what I'm
Travis.
saying.
Okay. All right. So Crone Zone we came to consensus.
Yeah. All right. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Crone
I got
Zone,
it.
he's the drywall.
Okay.
All right. Who's the electrical?
I mean, for me,
yeah. Who's turning the lights on? Who's giving the power?
Who juiced it this year? Jackson, Farrell, Merrill.
I mean,
I'll
tell you right now, you got my hair standing on end.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Jackson
That's what I'm
Farrell,
saying.
he's got the best nickname in the game. He hasn't adopted it yet, but we're working on that part of it.
And I know, J-Ref, you're thinking Tatis.
No, I'm not. I already said
Tatis.
Tatis is the pool.
Well,
I'm thinking that Jackson Merrill's more like the chandelier hanging in the foyer.
well, hold on.
I'll let you finish your point and then I'll counter.
That's the finishes there.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about who juiced
No,
up
but
the
think-
offseason.
but-
Who juiced up the offseason?
I understand. I agree, and I understand where you're coming from. I'm just saying, like, when you drive past a house, right, a nice house,
Yeah.
and they have like those big pane windows up, and it looks into like there's like a ceiling, and
Right.
there's like a beautiful
Right.
chandelier hanging on. Like I think right now, Merrill is sort of like that shiny chandelier. The purpose of the chandelier is to provide light unto everybody.
I disagree.
However, it may not be. We don't know if it's going to do that, but we know that it looks amazing and that we're in for the ride.
If you drive by Petco Park, right?
Yeah.
There's a banner hanging outside of it.
Yeah.
That's the chandelier. Is that banner Jackson Farrell Merrill? Not yet.
Dude, if I saw a
Not
Jackson
yet.
Merrill banner outside Petco Park, I'd be pretty
You
amped
would.
up.
Okay, but I'm talking about let's just talk about the average home buyer. Okay.
Yeah.
Driving by.
Yeah.
That's just a baseball player up there right now. They don't know Jackson Farrell Merrill like we know Jackson Farrell Merrill.
What about this? I'm going to look at it from a different angle. Like if we're going to call someone the electrical on the Padres roster, maybe it's Luis Campusano. So follow me here.
Okay.
Like every time it's called upon, the lights come on, right? Unless something goes horribly wrong. Like, I mean, Campusano, he's not going to be your 3-hole hitter, but he's going to be behind the plate. He's part of the battery. All these pitchers trust him. It's like kind of a reliable thing. Like you need to depend on him. He's calling the shots from behind the plate. I mean, can we give that to Campy yet, or is he too young in this business to really?
Well, if you guys want to give it to Merrill, you can give it to Campy.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I guess
Wow.
because Farrell Merrill. I mean, even though it's a great nickname, he's literally played 0 games at the major league level.
Which, well, so far, I mean, he's not losing. He's not losing.
Who would be your electrical if not Farrell Merrill or Campy?
No, I'm not contesting Campy. I actually like where you were going with that.
Okay. All right. I mean, I got to tell you, I mean, the way you described Campy, I thought I kind of like my
also
toilet to flush like Campy.
So you're looking at electricity from like the perspective of just like the last like recency bias spring training.
That's what I got to go on right now, buddy.
That's fair.
That's what I got to go
But
on.
I feel like do we have evidence of somebody on the roster who has already proven themselves at the big league level that we could put into the situation?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say like shoot, I mean, Manny Machado could fall into.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, that guy, I mean, you want to talk about consistency. His bat is always consistent.
And when that team is on,
Yeah.
it's Manny Machado's on.
Yeah, that's a good point. So when the lights are on, maybe it is Manny
It's
Machado.
Manny
Manny
Machado.
Machado's the electrical.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And I think, wow.
So we've done it.
Well, we did it.
We came
Thank
a long
goodness.
way
Yeah,
to get there.
that we went way around the corner
so
there.
the foundation is Musgrove.
Okay.
The framing, the structure of the house, who do we agree on?
Hassan Kim.
Hassan Kim.
Mhm.
Hassan Kim, that's right. You
Yeah.
convinced of that.
Yeah.
Trywall's Jake Cronenworth. The electrical in the house that we're building with Padres players, the electrical is Manny Machado. We'll move on to plumbing and the finishing work next. This is fun.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like
good.
Bob Vila.
We're putting it together, boys.
This is great.
Wow.
Just hammering nails.
Man, thank you for everyone on the stream and listening on the free iHeartRadio app. If you don't have the free iHeartRadio app, make sure you download that to whatever device you have. That way you can take Big Rich, TD, and Fletch wherever you go, right in your pocket.
Absolutely. And listen, on the other side, we'll finish this this fun that we're having, building a house with Padres players. And I am excited about the number of streams we have right now. A lot of listeners, a lot of viewers. wherever you are, we thank you. And as a result of that excitement, I can't stand up. I can't stand up. I have a feeling.
You don't want to go grab some candy out of Buck Norris?
I can't do that. I can't do that. I will literally clear the console, knock it over, because I am so fueled by testosterone this morning. Woo! I'll tell you. So the Man Zone. Let me explain this to everybody who's never participated in this. Golden Triangle Plastic Surgery, the Man Zone. There's a medical director there by the name of Dr. Roy David, double board certified plastic surgeon. He's not doing plastic surgery at the Man Zone unless you want him to. But here's what he is doing. He's supplying testosterone replacement therapy. What is that? Glad you asked. When you're low on testosterone, there's only one way to boost it up that's reliable and that shows actual results consistently. That's going and getting testosterone replacement therapy, and better to do it with a trusted doctor than some of these clinics that they have some shady practices. Dr. Roy David is a trained professional. He is a trusted medicine man. And as the medical director at at the Man Zone, what he's done for me is he's taken what was a low energy, brain fog, lethargic, kind of bad attitude in the weight room guy and turned me into maybe like a 25-year-old version of myself. It's amazing. Like I used to have this feeling when I woke up in the morning, there's not enough coffee on God's green earth to get me through this day. And now I jump out of bed ready for the day. I didn't expect that to be linked to testosterone, but it is. I went in and was surprised by my results. I went in, I was 37. I'm now 38 when I first started taking testosterone replacement therapy over at the Man Zone. When I went in, I was in the low average range. They've boosted me up, so I'm on the high average range. And the results are astounding. I mean, I feel like I have energy for everything I want to do. I feel like I'm better at the gym now. Everything's easier. That ease of life that you're looking for, it may be as simple as a testosterone test. So if you are looking to get your levels checked, if you're a man in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, this should be something you do annually anyways. Head over to the Man Zone. Check them out at themanzone.com. Coming up next, we finish this old house. We're building a house with Padres players. We got our foundation. We got our framing. We got our drywall. We got our electrical. Who's our plumbing? Who's our finishes? You'll find out next. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on a Tuesday. San Diego Sports 760. We've got J-Riff in for Fletch. Fletch broke his ankle hiking with Brock the dog.
It's more like just like an outdoor walk.
Yeah, he
It
got
was a hike so much.
50 steps into a slight incline
Did
and
you guys
slipped on an acorn. That is a true story.
Did you guys vote on Darren's poll that he posted on Fletch's
I
picture?
saw this. Yeah.
Darren posted probably the smartest poll that has ever been posted on Twitter/X.
I
I
didn't
don't know
see
if it's
it.
still up
I
because
didn't
it's been
see it.
now over 24 hours.
All right, let me check
But
this
it was a poll and it said, would you rather break your ankle or have a catheter up your wiener like Jim Russell did?
Oh, and every
Red pill, blue pill.
75% said busted ankle over a catheterized wiener.
Yeah, I'd go ankle.
No chance.
No, I voted ankle. No, I
Have
voted.
you guys ever had a catheter?
Well, hold
No.
on. I voted ankle.
Is it great?
Listen,
You're really selling it.
I love catheters.
I voted ankle, but when I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? Like Jim was down bad, but he was only down bad for like a week.
Yeah.
Fletch is like, this is going to be a long road, man.
See, that's
This is a long road.
Oh my god.
okay.
no.
Okay. So
Well, yeah.
Brian Main, come in
Brian
here.
Main, come on.
Okay.
Brian Main.
Professional
Yeah.
voice man, Brian Main. Here, pop that
Yeah,
microphone.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, go and swing that around there.
Yeah.
As they say, is this thing hot?
Yeah. It
Oh,
is
it's hot now.
super hot.
I have a catheter story.
Oh, perfect.
Good.
How much
Yes.
time do we have?
You got about
What?
2.5.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Thanksgiving, probably, 15 years ago.
All right.
Okay.
Wake up in the morning.
They stuffed you like a turkey.
I didn't see what was coming.
Sure.
I get up, having a hard time going to the bathroom. Can't pee.
Okay.
No, as a guy, right? And no big deal.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Beaver
yeah,
dam.
Yeah. That'll
Later
just
on,
wash.
I've got this feeling that I've got to pee.
Sure.
I still can't. No big deal. I'm going to my wife's aunt's for Thanksgiving. Big party. People are going to be there. I happen to mention to the aunt. She says, what? I can't pee. She goes, you got to go to the emergency room.
Oh,
I go, it's Thanksgiving. No, you have to go, but you can't. Yeah, you need to go now. All right, we go to Scripps Hospital in, I think it was in La Mesa, El Cajon back in the day.
By the way, I love the icebreaker. You walk in, it's like, hey, Peggy, love what you done with the house. By the way, I can't pee.
my bladder is so tight right now. I mean, it's outrageous.
It came up in conversation because I have to go really bad, but I can't. What's going on?
Yeah.
So I get there. The waiting room is packed.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm going to take a seat, sir, and fill this form out. And the person I was with said, well, he can't go to the bathroom. He may have something wrong with him, maybe kidney stones. Oh, well, let's get him a room right away.
Right.
All of a sudden, first-class treatment. So I go in there, and they hook me up and everything. And I'll cut this short because I know it's radio. We have time constraints here. So I'm sitting there in my little robe, right? My little gown, my medical gown.
Yeah.
And this guy comes in, and he's got looks like wire, like fishing line.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, what are you going to do with that? He goes,
Broken
well,
ankle,
we have to
broken ankle.
insert it into your urethra.
Oh, God.
I'm like, okay.
That's the worst sentence in the English language.
Well, there was no pain medication.
Uh,
They didn't deaden it. I'm naive. I don't know what's going on. And he proceeds to slide this into me. Didn't deaden me. Didn't
Brian-
give me any numbing at all.
Brian-
And I started to moan, and maybe,
Whoa. We need some music back here.
maybe it was a and next door there was a little boy. The curtains are closed. And he goes, Mommy, Daddy, why is that man screaming? And they have no idea. He says, oh, he probably broke his leg and they're setting it.
Yeah.
I could feel it go up into my stomach almost.
Oh, God. Brian Main, broken ankle or catheter?
Oh, broken ankle.
Okay, all right, see, there we go.
You do not. Normally I'm told afterwards that they numb you, right?
Yeah.
Nobody numbed me. He
Oh, my
walked in
God.
with fishing line
Oh, my God.
and proceeded to do his deal. And I told him when he was done,
Yeah.
I think I grabbed him by the collar and said, you will never, ever do that to me again. Do you understand?
Oh, my God. That is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Oh, by the way, it was kidney stones.
Oh, what?
Sweet.
It was,
Sweet.
and which I had a few back in the day, and I finally passed it. But what he was doing was trying to clear the area. It was
Good
like,
God.
we're going to see
Good
what's
God.
going on here, and we've got to make way so you can pass those stones.
Okay, really quick. So on the text line on our stream, we've been trying to encourage J-Riff to pop the top all day long.
Right.
He has been reluctant. He said, I don't know if YouTube is ready for this. It's going to be very sexual.
These are actual words he said, by the way.
You know, do your streamers, when they're listening live on the iHeartRadio app, do they normally listen with full erections? And I was like, no. And he was like, well, I mean, guy or girl, everybody's going to be that excited.
Yeah.
He was like, so anyways, he has a very high opinion.
We went from catheters to erections.
So my point is, J-Riff has an extremely high opinion of himself. He's
very confident.
Yeah. Oh, there's no. They call him cocksure on the afternoon show.
Absolutely.
On the midday show. So do you are you in the camp that says, hey, remove it, pop the top, or are you saying keep it on?
J-Riff.
Now, when you say, explain that to me again. Pop the top, keep it off. Bring me up to speed.
Like, do you think J-Riff should take his shirt off? Yes or no?
In this building?
Yeah, right now.
Right now.
No.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Well, wait a second.
On.
Well, I sound like I disappointed you guys.
Yeah, well, look,
you say
about it. We want to show off the goods.
So that we were saying this guy's been in the gym.
Oh, I
He's been
see.
in the lab.
Yeah.
He's been working out, working on the bod.
Can you do this?
Yeah. Can you?
Can you bounce the pecs?
Can you do
I,
this?
I can't tell with a shirt on.
Hang on.
To be quite honest.
Can you see? Can you see?
Yeah, I can see this. Brian Maine is flexing over here.
I'll tell you
Wow.
now. You're like Lou Ferrigno, and we met him. We
Oh,
know.
in fact, I was looking at that picture this morning of Lou and the rest of us here in the building.
Well, anyways,
Lou asked me what I was doing after the show, by the way.
we got
Different story.
Penrose?
I want to tell you, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Oh my gosh.
That the bad man did that to you. I would say point to a doll. I know exactly what happened now.
And again, no medication, no numbing, no nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm so naive.
I still feel like I would take the bus. I would take the catheter.
No way.
Between
no way.
that or
I break my ankle misery style.
I mean, with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, I don't care.
We're talking 8 months of physical therapy.
Yeah, it's fine. Listen,
would you take the catheter? Sorry, like I did with no numbing.
Well,
that's a different story.
I don't think anybody does that. That literally. Would you go to
Brian,
a doctor?
Brian, you also went to the dentist to have a catheter put in.
Yeah. Well, we all make mistakes. Hey, can I be a third wheel? This is fun.
Yeah.
This is the best time we've ever had.
We got to finish building the house. We got giveaways to do. We are way late on time, so hang on with us. We will be back here. Big
This update is presented by the Shout House San Diego's 20th anniversary. Padres get going on the 2024 campaign tomorrow morning, 3:05 a.m. First pitch. Yu Darvish and Tyler Glass now starting for the Padres and Dodgers, respectively. Elsewhere in baseball, Bob Melvin and Blake Snell are reuniting after a uniquely quiet offseason for free agent Cy Young Award winner. The San Francisco Giants announced they signed Snell for 2 years, $62 million. And the NCAA tournament first four begins this afternoon out in Dayton, Ohio. The Howard Bison are taking on the Wagner Seahawks at 3:40. Colorado State will have Virginia at 6:10. The Darren Smith Show goes until 3:30 today to take you up to the first four games. Both games can be heard right here on San Diego Sports 760. The Shout House Dueling Piano Bar celebrates 20 years of entertainment in San Diego. Book your reservation at theshouthouse.com. Join them March 21st to the 23rd for special guest performances all weekend long. Reserve your spot now, theshouthouse.com, and celebrate 20 years at the Shout House.
Happy Tuesday to those who celebrate. Happy Tuesday to all. It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. No Fletch today, San Diego Sports 760. He broke his ankle walking. Yeah. This is no joke.
I think it was just that flat road.
He took his dog for a walk, slipped on an acorn, fractured his ankle in 2 places, and now he wants me and TD to go out to Walmart to buy him one of those like scooters. Yeah. So instead of having a crutch around, he's going to be scooting around on one knee. So that's coming up after the show.
And somehow I'm the one who's punished for it.
J-Riff
Wait,
has
what do you mean punished?
Been in the foxhole with us for 2 days, and now I guess the truth will set you free, J-Riff, because that was offensive.
Yeah.
What do you mean punished?
You know what I mean.
Why are we moving that mic around like that?
Yeah.
I'm just doing my best imitation of Marty Caswell.
Yeah. She doesn't stay still the entire show.
No, we have a identity where
and by the way, she tore down. We had a giant cardboard cutout of Steve Hartman behind the TV. She tore it down.
She did.
We got intel that said
she tore it down.
She ripped it straight.
Like the Berlin Wall.
Why did she like Steve Hartman behind us?
It's just, I mean, his watchful eyes.
Yeah.
His beautiful brown eyes.
No matter where you went in the room,
staring over us at all times.
Wow.
It's like the Mona Lisa of San Diego Sports 760.
Right.
All right, so anyways, guys, look, we have so much to get to, and we're going to try to stay on path this hour.
Yeah, we've gone off the rails.
Yeah, we certainly have. We had Brian Mayen in. He was talking about being catheterized. Apparently, that's worse than a broken ankle. I still say send the tube up the urethra. I'd rather that than 8 months of physical therapy.
Amen, brother.
Thanks.
Amen.
No, you could cut my foot off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to each his own. Here's the deal, though. We're building a house using only Padres players.
Right.
Musgrove's our foundation. The frame of the walls, Ha-Sung Kim. The drywall is Jake Cronenworth. No offense, Jake. The electrical is Manny Machado.
That's right.
We move on to the plumbing.
Right.
We move on to the plumbing. So who? Like, I mean, plumbing is the worst. Plumbing is the thing that you put in, that you want to put in only once, but eventually a pipe's going to burst. It's going to be a huge problem. So this is kind of a compliment to whatever player we name the plumbing of the Padres, because the truth is you only complain about it when it's really bad. And you're just depending on it constantly to always be there working perfectly.
Yeah, it's the part of the house you never want to mess with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what's the one piece that you just always want to work?
Okay, hang on. Let me think about this really carefully.
Okay.
So we were discussing potentially Jackson Farrell Merrill for the electrical. Nah, he doesn't work with plumbing.
Can I pitch Mike Schilt?
Mike Schilt. Okay, yeah.
As the plumbing?
Let me hear
And
this.
not
out,
only
though.
because of his last name,
Wow.
but also
I mean, you could have gone with
more of a waste pipe.
Woosuk Go.
no, but like you don't want to mess with the manager, especially in his first year. Like you want all systems to go, you want it to operate, and you kind of just want to be able, like if you're AJ Preller, like you know that this thing is happening, you want it to be self-sufficient. You hope that you don't have to deal with it throughout the year.
It's true. But check this out. Like if I said, guys, I gotta get out of this break early because I got a Bogart.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Like you would be like, oh,
Xander Bogart.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a problem.
I got a hot Xander on deck. I mean,
that really looks like it works.
Both of his names are applicable.
Yeah,
I do. Okay, so J-Riff, for whatever reason, I'm being easily influenced by J-Riff this morning. Maybe it's because we're encouraging him to remove his shirt all show long. He still hasn't done it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a kind of a kiss.
What's that?
Jon Fink. So Jon Fink, vegan giant,
Thank
in
you.
here. Yeah, getting ready for Four Corners. We were very, very excited.
The vegans now number the non-vegans on the
baby.
show.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We're talking about being shirtless in here. We was going to show off his veganism behind that 100% cotton.
Just for the record, I'm not taking my shirt off.
What?
No.
Well, we weren't going to ask that.
Yeah,
But we'd
okay,
like you to
good.
remove your
Actually,
pants.
you know what? You're gonna go.
All right.
Yeah.
It's the Donald Duck News. Get ready.
Only the shirts on. Oh, Jesus.
I feel like
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see that eggplant, vegan.
That's right. Show you my 100-acre wood.
Wow, nicely done.
I actually said that. I'm
No,
what have I done?
That's fine.
Perfect.
But
perfect job. Spot on.
Schilt is the plumbing, right?
Schilt is the plumbing.
Schilt is the plumbing because it's the one thing that nobody talks about a manager unless he's screwing things up. I mean, by and large, we're contrary. Oh, Austin Kim hit 2 homers. Awesome. Oh, Manny Machado, do you see him flash lever in the fourth inning? Like, all that stuff is what's talked about. The only time we talk about
Welcome
Schilt.
to Star Tours.
The only time you talk about a manager is when he screws something up. It's like, did you see that pitching?
Yeah,
change?
nobody's like, oh, Mike Schilt was amazing for putting Manny Machado in that position to get him that hit.
You win. You got it. Okay, you nailed it.
Schilt is the plumbing. So who is the finishing touches? Who's the pool? Who's the marble staircase? Who's the crown molding? Who's the
light fixtures?
The
switch
gold
covers.
Topping?
The granite countertops?
Listen. Nobody's walking into your house going, the drywall work is incredible.
No.
All right.
But somebody's going to say, you know what I love? I love the fact that they put that bunting over there in the bathroom.
Oh my God, that crown molding is to die for. Obsessed.
They put toe lights in the kitchen. Honey.
Dude,
floors?
how is this not Nando?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easiest one we did.
It is.
Okay, so we built a house.
Wow, we did it.
The foundation.
Yeah.
Joe Musgrove. The framing, Ha-Sung Kim. The drywall, we're sorry, Jake Cronenworth. Okay.
Yeah.
The plumbing is Mike Schilt. The electrical is Manny Machado. The finishing work is Nando.
The house the Padres built.
Wow.
It's incredible.
This old house. Beautiful.
Yeah. Listen, we do it every single Tuesday here. Let's jump into it.
Yes, friends, scouring the globe to find the stories you didn't know you needed to know. From the Four Corners News Desk, I'm Jon Fink. Very serious.
Yeah.
Hang on. A Montana.
We wrote that.
Yes,
Yeah,
well done, guys. Thank you. Let's go out. Start in Montana. A Montana man is pleading guilty to 2 felony wildlife crimes over a years-long effort to create giant sheep hybrids. 80-year-old.
Wait.
We have questions. Yes.
Well, I guess I should let you finish. I mean, because that first thought of was he trying to start like a dating site?
Sheep's only.
Yeah, sheep's only. You need a ladder instead of a step stool.
So giant sheep hybrids.
Giant sheep hybrids.
Carry on.
Yes. 80-year-old Arthur Jack Schubarth
Jesus.
Wow.
owns an alternative livestock ranch that stretches 215 acres. According to a press release, the DOJ says he tried to create the species by importing parts of the biggest sheep species in the world to create cloned embryos to implant in a female sheep on his ranch. His goal was to sell the species to hunting facilities.
Okay. All right. Imagine what's his last name again?
Shoebarth.
Okay. So you're Mrs. Shoebarth.
Yeah.
And you hear there's a lot of sawing and drilling, like
yes,
like in the shed. And you're like, gosh, where is he?
He must be building a cabinet. This is amazing.
You walk out there and your husband has parts of sheep laying around the woodshed. It's like, honey, I didn't expect you to walk in.
And then just one in a stall going.
You see a monster mutant sheep like somewhere off to the side. Like, what is that thing?
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
it's got stitches all over it, like Frankenstein. Look,
I wasn't meant to live.
I'm going to be honest here, Jon Fink.
Yes.
I kind of want to see a giant hybrid sheep.
Well, they're pretty impressive.
See them.
They're supposed to be over 6 feet tall and have a horn structure that's over 5 feet wide.
oh my God.
Like per horn?
Wow. Oh, it's like their whole horns, stretch out, almost like a
Well,
Texas
like
Longhorn kind of a
like
thing.
A bighorn sheep.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd have out here in the desert.
Right.
I didn't even know their sheep's had horns. I just learned that.
Hey, you know what? We're all about learning at the Four Corners News Desk.
Have you never been to a Rosh Hashanah service before?
They're calling it Franken sheep?
Franken sheep, yes. He's making them to sell to hunting facilities.
Right. So like
because who loves hunting more than people that love shooting sheep?
Dude, I mean, if you told me you're going big game sheep hunting,
yeah,
I'd be like, you know what? It's time to lay it down for good.
Yeah, time to hang that up for a bit.
Put
that over the hearth and let's just step away.
I didn't grow up with that at all.
No.
What? Sorry.
All right. So, John, what else you got in the news?
All right. What else we have right now is a Pittsburgh bowling alley that is advertising its twice yearly event. Balls Out Bowling, nude bowling.
Nude bowling?
Nude bowling at the hosted by the Pittsburgh area naturists.
Oh my God.
We should partner with them for hardwood and balls.
Hang on a second.
Yeah. Listen,
do you understand how bad it feels like when the ball return?
Yeah.
You have your hand hanging there and you got a finger between two 14-pounders?
Yeah.
I mean,
wait.
Hold on. I mean, can you imagine?
Also, there's bowling. Sorry.
Can you imagine, like already, like when you go to a bowling alley, and you use one of the community bowling balls, you're like, I don't know how dirty these finger holes are.
Oh, you don't know.
And then and then there's bowling
jammed in there.
Yes.
There's bowling.
This one's really wet.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's a regular gig at Crafton Ingram Lanes. I've learned actually from a friend of a friend that this specific bowling alley, you barely want to be in there clothed, let alone naked. Yeah,
Wow.
it's kind of gross.
Also, by the way, those plastic seats at a bowling alley, do you really want people just bare ass banking farts? After
It's a good point. Participants
you-
are asked to bring a towel.
Now, when you ask somebody to lube up a ball, though,
Yes, you're ready to go.
God.
You got some fresh.
Oil it. You oil. Well, actually, you don't oil the ball. You oil the lane. You got to get the oil off.
you oil the lane and lube the ball.
All right. So you just
scrape.
scrape the vinyl seats and you're ready to go. It's nice and fresh for you.
I got to tell you, I want to sign up for this.
Well,
I really don't.
I would like to sign up J-Riff for
Yeah.
this.
Oh
Yes.
man, J-Riff.
Slow motion.
Still has a shirt on.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's
I don't
strange.
know.
Okay.
We're gonna pressure him out of that.
Yeah, no big deal.
In other news, in Oh Boo-hoo news, are we familiar with the video game Pal World?
Pal World?
Pal World.
I don't know.
It's a Pokemon ripoff. It's basically Pokemon with guns. The developer of Pal World says the company can't handle the massive profits the game has generated, saying the amount is too big for a studio of our size to handle.
Wow. I mean, I figure it out.
Local reaction is boo and also who.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we even doing here? It's a press release. Wait,
Yes.
By the way,
we're making too much money.
Yeah. have my wife on line one who says, "Gosh, it's just too much.
Yeah.
There is just way. I mean, I can't accommodate all
That's
this,
right.
man."
I gotta tell you, Power World looks way cooler than Pokemon.
Yeah,
I mean, it's basically Pokemon with like Gatling
Are
guns.
they?
Yeah.
Why do you think they put out this press release? Are they trying to get people to stop buying their game?
I don't know
Yeah, what's the
because they
point?
didn't say they wanted to expand. They didn't want to sell shares. They're just sort of like flexing, I guess.
Wow, weird.
So
All right.
again, boo
Wow,
hoo.
nerd flex. I like
Yeah,
it.
right.
Okay.
Next up, a man from Florida, man, suffering from persistent migraines, was found to have festering tapeworm eggs in his brain.
I've heard about this.
Oh
this is
my
not.
Yes.
I've heard this has been a thing for a while.
Well,
Wait,
yes, it's been a thing for a while. He has something called neurocysticercosis, a very rare condition. Apparently, after lots of quizzing, he hadn't traveled in any high-risk areas and denied eating raw or street food, although he admitted to a habit of eating lightly cooked, non-crispy bacon for most of his life. And also, they figured out, well, that wouldn't really gain sort of tapeworms in the brain. So they figured out also he had poor hygiene after using the bathroom.
No. What is that?
So-
What is that?
Like,
It
what
means
does that mean?
not very familiar with soap after touring the Duke's Palace.
Okay. Oh my God.
Good God, man.
So those
Hold
two
on.
combined
Okay,
equals.
I have to tell you a story.
Wait.
So
Okay.
this happened on my front yard. So not really my front. You know that median space between your yard and the street? It's on the other side of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
one of those, and it's a wide expanse. So it's garbage day. This is a week ago, and a gentleman's walking by with his dog off the leash. This dog squats and handles business. I
Right.
mean,
Curls one out.
2 feet from the apron of my driveway.
Nice.
It's on the median. And this, I kid you not, this guy pats his pockets like he's looking for his car keys. I'm sure he was looking for like a doggy doo-doo bag.
Right. Yeah.
And he's just
Didn't
like,
have one.
I got one. And so he's looking around. And I figure he's just going to like walk. Like,
Yeah,
you know, he's
right.
probably thinking, I'm on a ring cam somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't want to look like a jerk. So
Oh,
at least
no.
it make it look like an effort.
Oh no.
He looks, I kid you, I watched this whole thing through my blinds. He looks at the trash cans. He looks at the dog who's patiently waiting now for his owner. He looks down at the dog turd. This madman barehanded a dog turd, opened up
buddy.
the lid of our trash can, and then heaved it in there.
Oh
And then
no.
gave it the old.
No. Come
And then
on.
continued on with the wall.
Come on, man.
No. Thank you for picking up
Okay.
after your dog,
All right.
buddy.
Yeah, dude, like there were two simultaneous thoughts. I'm like, that is, I just,
Yeah.
but then I was like, also, like, this is kind of like when you stop at a stop sign and somebody jogs across the street. You're like, I am so appreciative of the hustle there.
Right,
Yeah, right.
There was that feeling of like, you know what a guy.
Was it like pudding or like Tootsie Roll?
It was okay. It was fully formed.
Okay. All right. This is good.
This was like a 60-pound black lab.
Oh my.
So we're talking about
You got a handful there.
that was a hefty
You're
dirt.
not
Oh,
offended that
God.
they left it in your trash,
No, well, so I did. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll tell you-
exactly.
yeah,
especially
Hold on.
it's unbagged. It's
Yeah.
unbagged and in your trash.
You know what?
Yep.
I gotta tell you, if we're talking pet peeves, when I'm pulling the trash cans up and I like pop the lid open just to make sure it's empty, and
Okay.
I see like a couple bags in
Yeah,
there,
if
I'm
you
like,
see
wait,
somebody else's
that is
dog
not
poopy bag
mine.
in your
Yeah.
trash, you're
So-
kind of yeah.
So I get that. And by the way, I would have been okay. But here's the funny thing I was thinking about. I'm like, the whole experience was so like, I mean, I'm torn. Like, yeah, I'm mad about the whole thing, but at the same time disgusted, but at the same time grateful. But imagine if I drove up and I did that, like check to see if the cans got taken by the, because sometimes the lids pop close again.
Yeah.
Imagine if I opened the lid, didn't see that, and I just see a raw turd just sitting on
Right.
top of a
It's
happy
like-
bag.
Surprise, buddy.
Yeah, like okay, so either A, somebody barehanded a dog turd, or B, they just lifted their dog and shook one
And
out.
it just squeezed him like a tube of toothpaste right over there.
Like, how does that even happen?
Oh God!
Oh
Jon
Lord.
Fink, guys, we're running up against the clock here, but do we got one more?
One more. Oh, this is a tough one. Fort Collins, Colorado. A Fort Collins man is currently facing 14 counts of indecent exposure as an employee of Safeway, allegedly finishing in the food products
Wait,
that he was.
Whoa,
No, Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Wait, is he
Do we
talking?
have an address on the Safeway?
Yes, we do.
Oh my
What?
God.
What do you want to go buy some cupcakes?
Did you buy some
No,
cupcakes?
hang on. I was in Fort Collins this year.
Whoa.
Oh,
What time period?
Wait.
This was from December 2023 to February of this year.
No, no.
Oh,
East
I think
Harmony
you gotta
Road.
be kidding me.
No, I was earlier. I was
Yeah,
Oh,
earlier.
okay,
you
thank
were in like
goodness.
October.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
November.
wow.
Wow, we're talking
Can you
we're talking
imagine?
man zone?
Yeah, he man zoned all over this food, guys.
Gosh.
So yes, apparently he was caught because
awful.
he took lots of videos of himself in the act,
As one would.
and so investigators have lots of videos to go through. They believe there are multiple victims. They are also not so sure about these certain ingredients. If you want a Boston creamed pie,
Oh God.
skeet potato fries,
Gosh.
freshly thrown nerds ropes.
How are their
Wait,
kumquats?
Yes, cucumber salad was
Sour.
another one.
Sour.
Christmas giggity pudding,
Wow.
genital so's
Oh, wow.
chicken,
Genital sows.
and butternut squash. I'm so sorry. What have I done?
Wow.
Can we just go
Well,
to break, please?
We will. John Fink,
wow.
thank you so much.
Thank you,
Traveling the
thank you.
globe, bringing us the stories.
From all the four corners.
Yeah, from all four corners
We
of the
covered
globe.
the map. We
Yep,
covered the whole
we did it all,
damn
everybody.
Wow.
map.
Appreciate you in a big way, man.
We have two giveaways. We have a $50 gift card to Islands. We have the I mean, I'm still recovering from a pair of tickets to Social Distortion, Bad Religion with them. On the other side, though, it's Taco Tuesday. And so we're going to celebrate in the most unique way we could think of. That's next.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy, we are celebrating this Friday. We are going to have a tournament watch party coming up this Friday. Whew.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Indeed, our Aztecs playing this Friday, 10:30. You want to see it? Dave and Buster's. That's where we're going to be. In fact, you can catch all the college basketball tournament games in March at Dave and Buster's. New and improved and an outrageously delicious menu. New games that you've never seen before. Look, they're always getting new games in. And I always love it. I roll into Dave and Buster's and I see something brand new and go, I didn't even know they were making this thing. So, yeah, load up the cards, have some fun. But they got TVs all over the place. You can see the UFC fights there, watch some baseball there, watch some basketball. It's just a good hang. And happy hour Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. I'm talking half-price cocktails, $1 off drafts and wine glasses. And if you're military or first responder, you get a 10% discount all day, every single day. Schedule your next event by calling them directly or visit daveandbusters.com. They got two locations, one in Mission Valley, one in Carlsbad. I guess I should mention that we're going to be at the Mission Valley location this Friday. So come out, hang out with us. We want to throw a party, man. We want to see you. We want to watch our Aztecs win. Let's go. Dave and Buster's. We'll see you there this Friday, Mission Valley, 10:30. It's Taco Tuesday, right? Come on. You like your stories spicy or you like them a little mild? We'll explain. Coming up next.
This update is presented by the Shout House San Diego's 20th anniversary. Padres Dodgers opening day tomorrow morning, 3:05 a.m. in Seoul, South Korea. Tyler Glasnow for the Dodgers, Yu Darvish for the Padres in the season opener. Elsewhere in baseball, Bob Melvin, Blake Snell are reuniting after a uniquely quiet offseason for a free agent Cy Young winner. San Francisco has announced they signed Blake Snell for 2 years, $62 million. And the NCAA First Four begins this afternoon. Out in Dayton, Ohio, the Howard Bison take on the Wagner Seahawks, followed by Colorado State and Virginia. That gets going at 3:40. You can hear both calls right here, San Diego Sports 760. The Shout House Dueling Piano Bar celebrates 20 years of entertainment in San Diego. Book your reservation at theshouthouse.com. Join them March 21st to the 23rd. For special guest performances all weekend long. Reserve your spot now at theshouthouse.com and celebrate 20 years at the Shout House.
Yeah. This is what we requested on a Taco Tuesday right here.
We
Big
did.
Bear City and Fletch. By the way, speaking of tacos, you can get yourself some fish tacos at Islands.
Oh yeah, I had the yaki tacos yesterday. It's teriyaki chicken and a taco.
Ooh.
So good. We got a $50 gift card. Whoever is listening to this show right now, and we may have to apologize for this show for those who have been listening for the full 3 hours.
We've offended someone.
If you hang on for 5 more minutes, we'll tell you how to win those Islands gift card. $50. I mean, you're going to be able to feed a family. I went there, ordered everything on the menu. I spent like maybe $90 yesterday. I mean, I ordered and ordered and ordered.
J-Ref eating a burrito over there. What's it? It's like a tortilla and then broccoli.
Charred broccoli burrito.
It's basically, it's Taco Tuesday, so it's almost a taco. It's just closed.
Well, are you going to tell me it's cauliflower? I feel like vegans ask a lot of cauliflower.
They really do.
I mean, you want cauliflower to be
So,
everything.
listener, just for the record, this is I know that veganism has been brought up a lot on this show. Just remember that I don't instigate it. It is typically brought up by most likely Travis. Okay, so now to answer your question.
Just because I'm so curious.
Well, because I know what's going to happen.
survive.
I had to preface it now that I have to answer your question.
I just pictured, by the way, cauliflower. When you said vegans are asking a lot of cauliflower, I just picture J-Riff I'm so hungry. You know what? I feel like pizza. And then the cauliflower is cowering in the corner of her refrigerator no, not again.
But
I'm going to flatten you, cauliflower. I'm going to make a crust out of you. Please don't. Okay, fine. You know what? I feel like stir fry instead of rice. I'm going to use you, cauliflower. Oh, not again. I'm going to rice you, you little bitch.
Are we allowed to say that?
I don't know.
Sounds like Towley from South Park.
So the cauliflower, though, they'd be like, I want the cauliflower to be the crust. Oh, then I'm going to make some cheese made out of cauliflower. And then the pepperoni. Oh, my gosh. You put garlic powder in cauliflower. You make pepperoni. And then the sauce is tomato. But you got to use cauliflower in there.
Yeah, and it's gonna be topped with cauliflower pepperoni. And you know what? We're gonna get extra char on that pepperoni. Oh, not again! I'm sorry, Jim.
This is a tuna sandwich.
Wait,
but
whoa.
can you just let me finish? Because it'll answer the question that you're about to ask.
Uh-huh.
But instead of tuna, it's made out of mashed chickpeas.
Wait a second. Okay.
And honest to God, it tastes like a tuna sandwich.
Okay.
Wait.
I will bring you a little bit right now for your
I'm
consumption.
so full.
Mashed chickpeas.
I will never believe that
But
statement.
it's fish flavored mashed chickpeas. That's what they've done.
No, it's not. I mean, like we added like spices and stuff, and like it tastes like
Tuna.
a tuna salad sandwich.
There
Yeah.
is no chance.
Here,
that
I'm
tastes
coming.
like tuna.
No.
Okay. Here he comes.
I don't know.
Here he comes.
Why?
You know what, cauliflower? I feel like chicken wings. I'm gonna bread you and fry you and put buffalo sauce on you. Oh, please don't, J-Riff.
I never take my tuna sandwich to vegans and say, you got to try this.
I'll be damned, he's right. I hate when he's right. I hate when
It
you're
tastes
right.
like tuna. I'm good.
Because he
I'm
added
good.
the
I'm good.
relish, and honestly, like tuna when you mash it up,
Oh,
texturally.
wait, you can't use like mayonnaise though.
Well, oh, vegan mayo. he
What's
just-
vegan mayo made of? Not eggs.
It's whipped soybeans. So here's okay. You know what? I'm not gonna judge him. I'm just gonna say, good job making that taste like tuna.
It's Taco Tuesday, guys.
Yeah.
You like your tacos spicy, like a mild.
Yeah. I guess it depends on the day. It depends on the flavor. We're gonna do a little something different with Taco Tuesday today.
You got that music that we played on the way in.
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah. Go ahead and fire that back up on a Taco Tuesday. Can we do that?
So, I could. It might take me a sec.
Okay,
Whatever.
what do you do?
What's wrong?
Basically, there's I don't even know how to explain it. Basically, it's like stacked audio of royalty-free music, and it cycles. So I'd have to go all the way through back to where that one was to get to it.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
You know
never
what?
mind.
Let me try to find some other.
Just play whatever.
Something, yeah, I'll find something.
Yeah,
for it.
just drag whatever
filibuster, and I'll get the music.
that is.
Damn
That's what
right
we
we
do
can.
every single day.
We can start Taco Tuesday. So we're going to do this. Is it spicy or mild? We'll go through some of the most relevant storylines of the day, and we'll decide what we feel about it. Snell signing with the Giants, 2-year, $62 million contract. Is this a spicy storyline, or is this one more mild?
You know what's funny is like when you first bite into it, I thought it's going to be spicy.
Yeah.
And then I thought, it wasn't that bad. It's pretty mild overall.
Agreed. This is mild, and it's because of the player. If this were Manny Machado, say Manny Machado left in free agency and he hopped in with the Giants or a different NL West rival, like it would just feel so different. But because it's Blake Snell, likable character, never controversial, everybody's buddy, I'm gonna say it's mild. Yeah, this one doesn't have as much bite.
Right. I'm with you.
Let's move on to the next one. PGA Tour, they're looking for a deal with the Saudi public investment firm. The governor of the Saudi investment firm met with Jay Monahan, the commissioner of the PGA, who is basically a walking piece of cardboard. You've never met somebody who's less interested in talking, period. Spicy or mild?
So, you know what's funny? This one's kind of flipped to the first one where you bite into it and you're like, And then all of a sudden, if you let that sit for a bit, it's gonna get hot. I mean, it's gonna get hot because there could be some issues here.
Yeah, this is true. It has all appearances of just being like a normal plate of nachos, but then you're like, were there jalapenos in this? I wasn't prepared for jalapenos. And somebody goes, oh, that's our habanero sauce you're enjoying. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, this could become a much bigger story, especially if the PIF wants to continue spending billions of dollars on golfers.
Right. Which then, I mean, come on, we're watching the PGA Tour almost fracture here with these deals. So, I mean, it could get spicy.
Next
J-Riff,
story.
why is J-Riff looking on and like, I don't know.
He's very satiated.
Yeah.
I honestly was so hungry, and I'm like just enjoying like having some food in my system.
Jesus. I mean,
You gotta fuel that machine.
Yeah.
No, it's true. Like I need fuel.
Hashtag pop the top. We've been trying to make this man take his shirt off the entire show. Many people have texted in.
Public indecency.
No. You
Why
can't
would that
trouble.
be I mean, like if I did it, that would be indecent.
Yeah,
But you're a work of art, man.
I might change your
He's like, yeah, you're right.
I might change your little screen box on our stream to powered by Manzone instead of plant powered, like you were talking about. Steal a little branding for them.
Right.
Next story: Ryan Tannehill still a free agent quarterback looking for a new team in the NFL. Spicy or mild?
Yeah, I think it's kind of mild to me. I don't know. I mean, Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill is the human version of white people tacos.
Yeah.
He's the drywall.
Right.
He might be the drywall
Like-
of the Padres, even though he doesn't play for the Padres.
The spice is about as hot as paste pecani sauce could be.
You're like, Mom, can we have Old El Paso tacos? And she was like, yeah, do you want soft shell or hard shell? And Ryan Tannehill walks in and he goes, soft, because the crunchy ones make my teeth hurt. I mean, yeah, this is as mild as a storyline.
Yeah.
I you know what? It sounds really defaming. It's not. Boring is good at quarterback in a lot of different ways. He's just good. He's not great. He's never going to win you a Super Bowl, but he is reliable. And I'm shocked he's not signed yet.
Yeah, I am shocked by it. But I mean, as far as the storyline goes, he'll go somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right. 49ers, they screwed up their payroll. So this is going to cost them a 2025 draft pick and a dip in their payroll. Is that accurate?
No,
in 2024?
a dip in the draft. They got knocked down 4 spots in the
Holy
2024
smokes.
draft. Yeah, so they have a draft pick taken away next year. This year they have to go down 4 spots. So I guess that means they're not picking in the first round, or what did they have? What was their first rounder?
Yeah, I guess they could. Yeah, they might have gotten knocked out of the first round then, because they appeared in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So they're probably picking like 3rd in the 2nd round now.
That's
something like that.
Right.
This is crazy. Okay, so this is a spicy storyline. I need further details on this. Are they trying to like pass the bag to an accountant?
Yeah. So at 7:30 is where the story is from ESPN on the grid here. But yeah, we do need some more details here. Niners will give up their original 5th round choice in the 2025 draft. Their 2024 4th round selection move from number 131 to it's a 4th round selection. So in their 4th round, they get knocked from 131 to 135.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. This is their quote about the story. We take responsibility and accept the imposed discipline from the NFL due to a clerical payroll error. At no time did we mislead or otherwise deceive the league or gain a competitive advantage in connection with the payroll mistake. So yeah, they're just passing the bag to Cindy, who's keeping the books.
Yeah, I picture. Yeah, there's a gentleman named like Gunther who just got handed his walking papers. Like, I've done nothing wrong. I've been working your books for a long time.
Right. Essentially, their books showed they were under the salary cap, but they weren't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And cheaters never prosper. I mean, that's always been the case.
2nd place.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There you have it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, that's Taco Tuesday for you. We mentioned it to start the segment. We'll make good on it right now. 877-767-4760. That number, 877-SORG 760. If you want to win that $50 gift card to Islands, you got to call in 2 minutes. So at exactly 8:46 and 19 seconds,
right,
you got to call in that number, and caller number 5 gets a $50 gift card. Listen, when I go to Islands or any restaurant for that matter, I eat, but I eat responsibly.
Yes.
You want to know why? SDFatLoss.com.
1,000,000%. In fact, when J-Ref came in here with the mashed chickpea tuna fish fake out burrito, I thought, look, I don't have to eat that. All right, because I can eat the food I want to eat at SDFatLoss.com. The food I like to eat from SDFatLoss.com, because they give me the tools.
Yeah. If J-Riff was in charge of your diet plan, like, you would be very unhappy, because you'd be like, oh, you know what you need to eat? You need to eat cauliflower 3 times a day.
Oh, you definitely need to work out every 37 minutes. And then trust me, I do, because you will get an update on your watch because we're friends.
You're going to have a torn latissimus dorsi when I'm done with you. I'm going to feed you mashed chickpeas with seasoning and relish.
Oh, not at SDFatLoss.com.
No
They're
chance.
going to show you the healthy way to lose weight, but then also the quick way to lose weight. Because, you've done some of these fad diets before, and maybe you've lost weight, but then as soon as you stop the fad diet, you gain the weight right back. They call you that yo-yo dieting. You don't want to do that. The other thing is, you got to do something that's sustainable, right? And if you're doing some of these fad diets, sometimes you're doing them, you're like, God, this is taking way too long. I'm out. I'm done. SD Fat Loss, they know that. They want that scale to move just like you want that scale to move, and it will move
down.
It will move down. It will move down. So when you hop on that scale, it's going to go down. Look, it was almost every single day I'd step on the scale, and it was down 1 or 2 more pounds. In fact, after 2 months' time, down 31.
Yeah.
31 pounds and still down 31 pounds thanks to SD Fat Loss. It works. That's it. The bottom line, it works, and you're going to feel so much better. Life's just going to get easier because you're going to drop that unwanted weight. So if you've been thinking about it, you want to jump on it, now's the time. SDFatLoss.com. Let them show you the healthy way to lose weight fast. SDFatLoss.com.
Coming up next, bottom of the barrel as we wrap this one up. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. No Fletch today. San Diego Sports 760. J-Riff honorably stepping in for the injured Benjamin Fletcher. So Fletch took a spill. I'm not making this up. He tripped on an acorn while walking and broke his ankle in 2 places. So Fletch, who's on the precipice of the best shape he had been in since high school? Yeah, I guess. Where he's lost all this weight with SDFatLoss.com. He's made strides, starting to get, his physical fitness up.
Right,
He's going
right.
hiking with Brock the dog.
Right.
He trips over an acorn and breaks his ankle in 2 places.
Can I venture that the physical therapy process might actually accelerate like his exercise regimen?
Oh, you think because he has to?
He's going to have to go multiple times a week. He's going to be with a medical, a professional physical therapist who's going to be able to figure out plans that work specifically for him. Like, I've been thinking about this, as really unfortunate and crappy as it can be. Like, at the end of this journey, he might look back and be like, there was a blessing in disguise here.
It could be, or it could go the other way. Like, Fletch breaks this ankle, and then all of a sudden he's just ravenously hungry, turns into you ever see the end of Dodgeball, the movie?
Right.
Where it's what's his name? Dwight Goodman or White Goodman is the Globo Gym.
Yeah. Like in the credits.
Yeah. And he just effing Chuck Norris as he's pounding Ben and Jerry's. I hope that doesn't happen, because then we'd kick him right off our SC Fat Loss campaign.
Yeah, we don't want that.
We would just kick him to the curb. But yeah, I agree with you. I think maybe this will steady the course for him. Maybe he'll get into the best shape of his life.
We got a pair of Social D tickets with Bad Religion. They're going to be at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater April 12th. If you want to win them, exactly 5 minutes from now, 8:58, you're going to call 877-SORG-760, 877-POPISM-0. Or 877-767-4760. That's the number.
It's a great phone number.
Yeah.
Great phone number.
877-POPISM-0. That's why we chose it.
So we know that the Padres are in South Korea. We know that the Dodgers are in South Korea. We know that Kevin Acee is in South Korea. We spoke to John Paul Morosi, MLB Insider, earlier yesterday's broadcast. He's in South Korea. We didn't know that she was in South Korea. But there is an actress, a South Korean actress, who threw out the first pitch at this baseball game that literally left the Dodgers dugout just slack-jawed. I mean, look at the wind-up picture right here.
Yeah. I mean, it's all happening.
What is now? I'm gonna have a hard time pronouncing the name, but Jean So. I'm guessing.
Sure. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Jung So. I think that's her name. Okay, she's a 29-year-old film star, and they're being very, I don't know, every article I've read about this, they're being very guarded as to what films she starred in.
Yeah. We don't. Maybe we can look that up.
Yeah, actually, we should, because I don't want to.
I do like Barstool Sports as they post the video of it. Dodgers dugout, ready to risk it all.
Everybody is standing at attention.
In multiple ways.
They are built different in South Korea, apparently. It's okay.
I can't even find her name to hang on.
I don't know, but look at that. Toeing the rubber, doing the whole thing.
Yeah. Doing the whole deal.
Look at the Dodgers. Look at the Dodgers. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just we're ready to play baseball. Cross hands over our laps. Big deal.
Man, Padres play tomorrow morning.
They do.
Woo!
Are we tailgating?
Mom, we'll have to figure that out.
999.
Are we doing a 9-9?
No.
Challenge?
Definitely not
2
doing
in the
that.
morning?
Yeah.
When is first pitch? Is it 2? Is
305.
it 2? 305.
I've said it every update. Thanks for listening.
I meant to tell you did a really good job with all those
305.
updates.
That game will probably be wrapped up. We're gonna be doing post game coverage.
Okay, guys, if you want to hear the Padres post game tomorrow, we'll have all the action for you. I don't know if J-Riff's going to be back or if it'll be Fletch in the chair. He might need another day. Those acorns are really big in this coastal desert we live in. So thoughts and prayers with Fletch and his leg.
Yeah.
full recovery ahead, hopefully, for old Fletch.
Big thanks to Jon Fink coming in for Four Corners. Thank you to the hangers, the bangers, the roadies, the dogs. Unfortunately, the top still on J-Riff. So
Yeah, wow.
we failed.
You never did it.
Yeah, but we'll be back tomorrow. Post-game coverage. 2 minutes to Bad Religion and Social D tickets. See you tomorrow.
You got it.